Always wanted to get behind the wheel of a Tesla? Well, from high gas prices to wear and tear on your car, you might be considering renting an EV for your summer travel plans. Here at Resla, you're guaranteed a Tesla.
Oh, what's good, y'all? What's going on? It's going to be another damn stream. We're going to be up in here. We're just doing a couple of things for those who are coming in. That's cool. Of course, I'm your guy. And this is going to be, of course, another Saturday Socials. What's up to everybody that's already going on in the chat? For those who are just sitting by and lurking, you know the way it goes for everything. So freaking, I've been getting a lot of stuff where stuff is coming on my feeds, and of course I'm going to take a look at some of that stuff, and we can discuss some of the stuff that we've been seeing throughout this whole damn week, or at least stuff that's been sitting on my feed, and I kind of picked apart for you guys, and we'll kind of just go through that. So of course, if you haven't already just come into the building, just do me a favor, just hit that damn like button, and at least let other people know about what we're doing over here. And yeah, we'll get into it. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about that I think is very important that hit, I don't know if you guys saw it in your feed, but essentially it is a teacher that is complaining about, well, not complaining, but the guy was really struggling over the simple fact that not the simple fact, but the fact that our children, our young people coming up, really don't have the ability to read and such. And I found that not interesting, not even disturbing, not even shocking, to be honest with you, but more on the fact of what exactly is there like a conspiracy set up for all this stuff? Like, is it that we're just now put in this position as being a norm for a lot of people that's out here? But you know what? I'll let you guys see it. I'll let you guys see it, and you can be your own judge on this, right? Oh, hold on, give me one moment here. I'll let you guys be the judgment right here. So here we're going. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut this up real quick for you. So we ain't got to worry about that. And yo, see what you got to say.
11:30 or something.
Okay. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Because I feel like something is going up on my side. I can see things happening, but I'm not catching what I'm looking for. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay. For some reason, so it's not me. I'm like something was up. Let me check something real quick. You said audio good. Now can you hear me? Did you hear the video? For some reason, I felt like the video wasn't playing. I just need to make sure that was good. Could you guys hear the video? No Chase, what's good, man? So you just got here. All right, I'm gonna play one more. I'm gonna start it again. Play. Let me know if you can hear that. All right, so it wasn't me. Something was up. Something was up. I don't know what happened there. I was like, something was throwing me off. I just looked at my sound side, and I just said, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck happened here? That's weird. I didn't change a damn thing. Uh, let's do this. Tell me if you guys can hear this. What the hell happened? Okay, not see again when shit just falls apart all last moment. I have no idea what the hell just happened. What the hell? Yes, I'm listening to my feedback on the other side, and for some reason I'm not getting it. I don't know what happened. I swear everything was playing properly. I didn't even touch anything since the last time we streamed. Now all of a sudden shit is just all wrong. I hate days like this. I hate days like this. Just give me a sec here. As far as I can tell you, everything else is playing, but for some reason, I'm not getting something. Hold up. Hold up. I think I might know the culprit. I might know the culprit. Nope, I didn't. That's not changed. This looks good. Then WTF. Like, what the hell? I'm not seeing the reason why this is not working. Everything I can see on my side looks fine now. But for some reason, I just got that feeling it wasn't coming through. I have no clue what the hell's happening here. All right, give. I can't believe we're starting out like this. All right, give me a moment.
Yeah. 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 Life and laws, choice and cost. Somebody waking up. Same time, somebody somewhere realizing they gave too much. Yeah, that's how it go. And people swear they didn't know. Like the signs ain't been there the whole time. Just moving slow. Yeah. See, I don't watch people talk like they want peace. They manufacture confusion just to feel hard to reach. Seen pride where intelligence like the tail of the skies. Whole personality built around never being surprised. Seen people call it growth when it's really retreat. Call it healing when it's distance with a prettier speech. Call it standards when it's filled with better posture and tone. Whole life curated just to never feel fully known. I seen soft people play hard people collapse. Seen men call it logic while emotion leak through the cracks. Yeah, seen women call it intuition when control's in the room. Everybody want the truth until it start sounding like you. This ain't just talk, it's pattern work, it's pressure red. This what people do when they starving but don't know what they need. It's for the ones at the crossroads, dressed in self-respect, still using other people's eyes to decide what they reflect and what it's like. A bunch of virgins fighting for air, a bunch of I'm fines piled up in a body that's barely there. A bunch of names, roles, labels, stories people protect.
So I am on my lunch break. It is, I don't know, 11:30 or something like that. And I just finished a 3-hour class. We have what's called block, and block is where first and second periods are combined for subjects that need it. And so I literally broke down in the middle of class because I'm teaching seniors. These kids are leaving high school and going to college, hopefully, after they finish. We had 2 paragraphs to read, 1 sentence, complete to write. I gave them the sentence stems. I basically completed the sentence for them in the model. These are 17 and 18-year-old kids, and they couldn't fill in 4 words. 4 words.
Shame.
I gave them the scenario. We annotated together. I gave them the answers before we even had the problem. And they couldn't do it. I don't know. I simply don't know where the problem is. This is only day 2. And I have seniors who simply cannot read and seniors who cannot write. They cannot write. They can reason. They have the ability to defend their reasoning if it's talking to their homeboy, but applying that to a written text, 2 paragraphs, and they couldn't do it. Our young black men, our young brown men, our young black girls, and our young brown girls oh, God.
Huh. Interesting enough. And this is something I think that we can say that we've seen through the generations, right? I mean, this is something we can say that education has been faltering. I want to say at least from my generation for sure, as a millennial. It's a shame. It's a shame because when I talk to people who are of older generations, they tell me all the stuff that they got to do. And as the years go by, as the decades fly by, we get less and less attention that's actually given to the school system. People are just out there dropping the ball on everything. And because of that, not for nothing, no one's learning shit. I think I saw a teacher say at one point that the principal is the one that told her that she should be able to find all the materials that actually help her students read. And the teacher said that, I believe she said, on her day off, she went to the library to pick up all the books that she could that would be the thing that would help her students or help students within the curriculum be able to learn. And lo and behold, all of those books got banned. And I'm talking about books that were on the high school level, on the high school and the junior high school level. Those books got banned. And what she said was that people are putting forth a curriculum for kids just to learn the very basics, like what words basically, what letters and words basically look like, and just to be able to get by on basic reading. But the idea of picking up a book, the idea of being able to read, to actually enjoy just reading, to pick up a book, to pick up a novel, to pick up smut if you want to, like if you want to do that kind of stuff is not really looked upon. It's not really looked at as something to do, which is part of the thing that this guy is saying. He's like, these kids are able to talk to each other. Because let's be honest, that's easy for the human brain. It absolutely is. Great example right now, right? When I was out learn Japanese, the one thing I could not do was read and write. But I can be able to talk to somebody. get directions as long as they can tell me anything. But reading and writing would be atrocious. People can speak all day. I mean, the first thing we learn is how to talk. But it's so sad that we have people that's now getting into their formative years, the years where we're expecting them to be the most productive, to be the most educated in that sense. And people are falling through the cracks. What's good, KM? And there's something to say about that. And it's all over the nation. But at the same time, we're so happy to bring in so many people from outside of our country to be able to be able to get into schools and all this other stuff. And this is no shot at immigrations or immigrants rather. But there's so much work that always had needed to be done for the public education system. And it's just, I thought it was bad for me. It's super bad for them. So imagine what Gen Alpha is going through. What's it going to be for Gen Beta coming through? It's only getting worse. It's not getting better. You know what? Fuck it. I knew this shit. I knew this shit was getting bad the moment young people was hyped to see the movie Skibbity Bop Toilet. I knew shit was cooked. I knew it was bad. Right then and there. I knew it was over with. I was like, this is what we're doing. That's like, not for nothing, we grew up on stupid cartoons as well. What I wasn't going to do was say, I'm going to go to a movie if I wanted to see Cat Dog, Chicken and Cow, or Ren and Stimpy. I wasn't going to do that. I was old enough not to want to do that. But the idea that I can meet adults who are still hyped and still giggling really hard over Hey Arnold memes. It's like, I get it, a little bit of nostalgia, but come on. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. I don't know what to do about the education system, but it's so crazy about seeing all these teachers that are all saying the same things. And then we'll have to look at our youth. We have to look at the future, by the way. We have to look at the people that are supposedly going to work to take care of us one day. The same way how we're supposed to be taking care of our parents and our grandparents and such. And again, it might not be through housing or something like that, but at least through Social Security. But if the level of education is dropping, then that also means the level of comprehension when it comes to skill building is also in jeopardy. Why are people not taking this more seriously? When I say why are people, I mean like, why are our state and governmental systems not taking this more seriously? If I need you for an agricultural job and you can tell me what a hoe is for the streets, but you can't tell me what a hoe is in order to dig up some dirt, that's a problem. You never seen that? Never seen that picture of it? Because think about it. If you can't read, you're also not going to be able to identify things in the book without it being a picture. What's going on, Sergio? What's going on? Sergio on the vertical side. Guys, give me your thoughts on this. I know these are my thoughts, but maybe you're a person who's actually coming up through this age. Maybe you are a Gen Z and you don't feel that same way about it. Maybe you think that the education system is good the way it is. Because I can tell you, just looking at the actual stats, and I wish I had them in front of me. That's me not having enough time to prep for the stream because I just walked in the door half an hour ago. But there are so many people who are going to college and they're failing. We have more college dropouts than everything else. And I'm not talking about the whole gender thing, whatever, because I know people like to jump on that because they like to be in those gender war debate shit. But there are people who, men and women, who are dropping out of school because they can't compete. They can't comprehend college level textbooks. They can't get into school. In fact, fuck get into college, they can't do the SATs because the very easy thing that you can do to get some points on the your SAT is to write your name. We have students, both men and women, who can tell you what their name is, couldn't spell it. And I don't mean people who are just like motherfuckers name like Glocktavius. Like, I'm not saying that. Simple fucking names. Like, what was the movie? Oh, man, what was the movie? There was a movie a long time ago. It's in my mind now. Who is the actor? If I can trace the actor, I can get a good idea as to. You guys can get for those who are around my age as well, you can get a good idea of who I'm talking about then. There's a movie, and I wish I could find it real quick. So Jim Belushi is the actor that I'm talking about. But he had a movie where he had a daughter or whatever, and I guess they were homeless or whatever, and they were running games. They were running like scam games, shit like that, right? And she could spell all these nice big words because that was part of the con. But the little girl, when put by herself and the woman that he was basically trying to get together with, when he asked her for something, when she asked the little girl to spell something simple as cat, the girl couldn't do it. Aren't we at a point where we're looking at our youth and we're saying just being able to speak is the best that they can do to finesse the system? I mean, think about it. You don't have to write in order to do streaming. But I will say this, you're going to have a hard time learning to stream if you can't read the programs that you have to use. You're going to keep looking at tutorials and you're going to say, okay, just click this button and click that button and click this button, but you're not going to be able to actually put shit together. If I tell you, I need you to go to settings, I need you to go to videos, how can you tell me if you're slipping this much? And I wish I can just say this was an exaggeration piece or whatever, but it's showing to be the case. Now it's at a point you don't have to worry about people talking about the whole DEI or people not making it into college and shit like that. Like they're not going to make it into college because they can't pass simple tests. It's almost at a point where we say that they're the haves and the haves not, the people that get to go to the really good schools who get paid for or whatever, and those who just sit at the bottom. And we can't even say it's our teachers anymore. Like only the best teachers are going to the top schools, and that's why the bottom people are the ones being left behind. It's not that anymore. We have good teachers at the local level, but the level of education, the level of commitment given to children is extremely low. What's good, Awan? Awan's in the building. Appreciate you being here, of course. The level of care is really, really small. And I think that's something that a lot of people should take a look at. I gotta get I'm trying to get used to the fact that I'm here on StreamYard. I'm really not on this shit now. As a member, you say, as a matter of fact, our school systems passed the decision to not make kids do homework. I was never really a homework person, but I see your point. To do homework and also a 6-hour school day and no Fridays. I mean, I look at school, and this is just me. Feel free to disagree. I look at school the same way how I look at the workforce. You don't need, unless you're in, let me say this, unless you are an essential worker, the idea of you working 8 hours, 12 hours, 16 hours a day is asinine. One thing if you want to do it because you have that much love for the money, for the love of money, if that's what you want to do. But I think the average person doesn't want to do that. The average person wants to have time to be able to take care of their family, because it's already been shown through studies. You're not more effective with more hours that you have in a day. It's already documented, even with people who are working 8-hour days on a regular time. For only 3, if you're lucky, you find those people for 4 hours that they're actually productive. The other 4 hours is just kind of coasting or on standby in people's minds. They're moving around, but shit's not really getting done. It's already documented. The average person, when they're really trying to focus on their job, they're really getting shit done. Really productive for about 3 hours out of that 8-hour day. Outside of that, it's kind of just benign repetition. It's not thinking about new ways to make their job easier or how they can get a lot of shit done. Because let's be honest, a lot of people also who are working static shift jobs let a lot of shit flow all the way until the end or break shit up to really make it so drawn out, because they also don't want to be given extra work to do. And I understand that. Like, as a contract worker myself, I get that, because as a contract worker, you are paid for your skills and what you're supposed to put in. You're not paid just to sit there on the clock. Let's be honest. If I get shit done early as a contract worker, typically, unless I have a contract that says I gotta be there on the job, typically, I'm done. I pack my shit up and I'm gone. They're like, wait, Resla, you leaving already? I was like, yeah. I came in, I did this. How'd you get that done? Well, I set this up for myself. I set this up for myself, and I set this for myself. Well, what about all these other things? I'm like, that's not what I'm paid for. I'm not saying like, that's not my job type of shit, but it's not what I'm paid for as a contract worker. I'm here on a task-to-task basis. When you're a employee, you sign a contract to say that you have to be there from this time to this time. And if you're smart, if you are intuitive, if you set up practicing things for yourself or set up processes to get your job done early, let's just say you're there for an 8-hour shift and you get the shit done in 3 hours. You're stuck now. You can't just go home. In fact, for being so good at your job, they're going to give you more work. Well, since you're so good at your job, you can help other people. Or since you're so good at, I got some other work that I think that you can do. You're penalized for being good. You're penalized for being too good. Which also puts you in a mind state of wanting to become lazy because you don't want to be penalized for being good. So therefore, you could be working on new ways to make things easier for your department or for your business or whatever. Or you could have that time to yourself and you could be able to work on other things that are really important, like your family or your friends or your children or a side job or whatever. You can't do it because you have to be there on the clock. In fact, check this out, people, as working professionals, right? Tell me if you've ever been in this situation. I want you to think about it. I want to talk about your life. Have you ever been in this situation as a employee to a business where your time was up? It's time for you to clock the hell out. And whether you go to a time clock or whether you use your phone to punch out or whether you can just leave. And the moment you get ready to do so, some bullshit happens. You have to take care of it. And you're telling your boss or your manager or whatever, like, hey, I gotta go. Like, I'm already off the clock now. And they say, it's okay, we'll pay you extra. And how many of you just said, fuck that? Like, I'm leaving. Or how many of you just said, all right, I guess I'm going to sit here and work till the job gets done. Just for you later on, God forbid if it went overtime. God forbid it went overtime. Where now you go into, you have to have a conversation with somebody because now they're saying, oh, why is it you have OT? You don't remember earlier in the week when you told me to Oh, you should have found some way to leave earlier during the rest of the week. Or maybe I shouldn't have been asked to stay extra. You said you're doing a stream tonight. I'm more than welcome to stop by. Give me your channel. Or write your name for your channel. You know what? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Is it on your channel, or are you collabing with somebody or something? Is it your channel? Is it going to be on your channel? Because I could just go to your channel right now and just wait for that. But it's like crazy. Say it's on your channel. Okay, all right. So I already got pulled up. So just let me know what time you're gonna be live or whatever, and then I'll check it out for sure. But this is something that we've noticed in our own lives. And not for nothing, I've said this for a lot of people who are working individuals. You should be very freaking careful, because I think a lot of people are getting pushed for not for nothing contract work. But that's, again, my opinion on that. My opinion. That's how I personally see it, and not everybody sees it that way. On to our next thing, right? So we have an individual here who talks about he was outed at work. And this content creator is AKA Prince Kyle. Let's find out what happened with Prince Kyle. Let's see here. Hey. Let's see what's going on with Prince Kyle.
So I was outed at my job last week, and it was so awkward. I almost quit. In order for you guys to understand why it was so awkward,
okay,
I'm going to tell you the timeline of everything that kind of went down, and you'll get a better understanding as to why I felt the way I did in that moment. First, so we're all on the same page, if you're new to this channel, I am transgender, female to male, and I live my life stealth. I don't really tell anyone in my day-to-day life that I'm transgender, because I don't feel like there's a need to, but
okay,
that was short-lived at this job. Let's just hop right into it. First, say hi to SpongeBob.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys the questions real quick. How do you think Kyle was outed? I don't think that it just happens, because he said he was stealth. So how do you think Kyle became outed if it wasn't by his own doing? I want some thoughts from you guys real quick. How do you think it happened? You can also do wrong answers. Like, I know some of you guys are fiending for that, but just give me your thoughts. I thought he was going to talk about getting out of that work for being gay, not for being trans. Wasn't performing his job. Not where I'm leaning, but okay. Well, like not what I'm thinking. Not what I'm thinking, Mama. I'm thinking they were low key. I don't know how long they were at their job, but I'm thinking they did their job. Anyone else got any thoughts? You said, well, I'm thinking they got comfortable. Oh, what you said, KM? You said got caught squatting and peeing. What? Damn. Who knows? Chase. What? Would that really get you outed though? I mean, they're stealth. They're being stealth as a guy. So that, if anything, that shows more of a That's actually a way that you would be able to hide that. Like, come on, of course I'm not. Of course I'm not. You know, I chase the pussy. I love the pussy. I chase it. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. See, it would have been wild if you went through all that to be trans and then say, so you said chasing women. What about chasing men? What about chasing men? That could have been one. Maybe the other guy was like, "Yo, hey, I'm not with that. Like, hey, I just want to let you know I'm not. I'm not." And maybe KM, maybe they were like, "Oh, well, you're not going to be gay though because I was born a woman." Told somebody that they should not have told, and maybe that's how it got out. We're all spitballing. We don't know yet. We do not know yet. We're going to be educated or enlightened or whatever the hell people like to say now. We're going to be put in our place. Right now we're speculating. You said sexual harassment. Ooh, okay. You said sexual harassment, right? Mama, from a woman or a man? Who are they being harassed by? It's just a question. Something to think about. Why don't we find out?
It was bad, guys. It was really bad. And I usually speak so highly on like, oh yeah, like I don't get outed, like that stuff don't happen. Well, here we are. So yeah, I guess we'll start it with, what do I do for work? I'm a car detailer and I work in a collision center. I'm working side by side with technicians all day, every day, and it is a male-dominant workplace. Yep. Typically, guys who may not be the most open-minded or just have trouble educating themselves on anything that has to do with LGBTQ, specifically trans people. With all of that,
sure.
I started this job about 3 months ago, and I loved it. It pays me decent. I enjoy cleaning cars. I am good at it. And
okay, so I don't know if they're still working there, but they did use the word, and I want to keep it up. They loved it, as in no longer do, which is, I don't know if they got fired or something like that, but I'm hearing that as being something. And being in a predominantly male-centric place for car detailing, it's like, okay, you had 3 months. You went your probationary period. You're good.
And I got along with the guys very well. Like I said, I live stealth, so no questions were asked. They see me as one of the guys, and we all click very, very well. We all make a great team. There's one guy in particular that I got really close with, super, super chill. And I'm the type of person where once I start to feel comfortable around you and I get a little extra information about yourself.
Wait, what?
Do you think this is the person? You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say this is not gonna be the person. You know what? Who said it? KM, you said told somebody. Yeah, they told somebody, and that person told, right? But I'm gonna go a little extra. I think I might go down that route that you're going, KM. Maybe they told that person, but I don't think that person is the one that told. It might be something else. I don't think I can lean on Mama and Mama's presumption and say that he chased somebody, but I think maybe something else happened.
I can tell if you're a safe person or not. And once I can tell if someone's a safe person, I enjoy telling people that I am trans, because I don't live stealth because I want to be a secret or I'm ashamed of being trans. It's not that at all. I just want to know that I can trust you, because once I can trust you, once I tell you.
That's a good one. Honestly, I'm going to put that as my top. Pause. That's going to be that's going to be number one. That's ranked number one on my list. No chaser. You got the best one. I think I'm going to put that as number one on my list. KM already covered it as they told somebody they didn't tell. But you're right, because they're a content creator. That's number one on my list. No Chaser, that one's a really good one.
Now I feel like I can be my authentic self, because when you're stealth, you really can't 1000% be your authentic self. You have to maintain a certain character. To me, it feels like I'm putting on a character. I feel like I can't genuinely be who I am. So anytime I find a safe person, I'm itching to tell them, because now I feel like there's a weight off my shoulder. So long story short, this guy, one day we were talking about like what we do on the weekends and stuff, and he mentioned that he likes to go to LGBTQ inclusive bars and clubs because his girlfriend, she is bisexual, and before him she only dated women. So I was like, you are a safe person. This is gonna be cool. So I ended up telling him, and just like I thought, he did not care. He was super open-minded, and he was so nonchalant about it.
That was a risk.
I was expecting him to have questions. He didn't. He really did not care. And not in a mean way. He was like, oh, awesome, cool. And we went about our day. Fast forward to about 2.5 weeks ago, I have to go into the office real quick. So I go in the office where we have what's called two estimators, and then the parts guy. The parts guy is the guy I got real close with. So I'm in there with all three of them. And for some reason, we start talking about race. And they all start kind of chiming in. Not the person that I'm cool with. He just happens to be there in the midst of it. But the two estimators, somehow we start talking about race, and then it kind of turned into, I don't understand how people can be racist. Like, what's the point? Like, we're all equal. And I'm like, right. This is a good conversation. I love this. I'm the only black guy, by the way. So
they want to have this conversation, and you're the only black person. You know what? No, I'm going to give it grace. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to give it grace. Let's listen.
Everyone else that I work with is white. So I'm like, all right, this is an okay conversation. So we're all just talking, and then the one estimator goes, yeah, my girlfriend's father is extremely racist.
Oh,
and I'm like, all right, here we go. It's starting to take a turn, but I'll listen anyway. And he goes on to say, yeah, like he just has no filter. One day we went out to dinner, and there was a trans. Right from there, I knew this was taking a hard left, because why does talking about race turn into talking about trans people? I don't know, but whatever. Continue.
I'm about. You said crackers. That's wild. I think I know. You know what? I think I know where this might go. No Chase, I'm gonna still hold on to your top ones, the social media. I think that might be it. But I'm also thinking, you're the only black person, right? I'm not gonna make this about a black and white comedy. We're not doing Michael Jackson. Black, it's white. We're not doing that. Here's my thought. You're going to be more offended of them talking about trans people than you were being uncomfortable with the fact that they could have been talking about race when it comes to black people. You care more about being trans than you would about being black and hearing racist shit. That's what I'm thinking. Could be wrong. Spitballing right now. Spitballing.
And he goes on to say, yeah, my father-in-law has no filter. We went to the restaurant, and the waitress was a trans. And he went on to say it was a trans man, but he had it backwards, as anyone does who's not educated on trans people. It was someone who was biologically male, transitioned to female. And he said that, I'm not even going to say what he said because it doesn't need to be said, but he said something ignorant that his father-in-law said, and it just became a comedy show at that point about trans people. And again, the guy I'm cool with, he was not involved. He was just sitting there very uncomfortably.
Why would he?
Because he knew I was in there with him.
He knows you're a secret. Like, why would he Why would he chime in? He knows your secret. You think he's trying to get it? You think he's trying to get that HR call? Like, what? You think he's trying to get the HR call after you just freshly told him that you were trans? Like, he's not stepping into that landmine. He knows better. The fuck?
And the two estimators are just going back and forth about trans people. Just going in, like, and I'm just like, in my head,
Damn.
I've had a couple moments like this before. And some of y'all are probably like, well, what'd you do? Did you stop it? Did you like yell at them? Did you tell? And I've had a couple incidences like this where it's like, okay, I have a couple options. I can shut this shit down right now and cuss these people out. I can out myself and make them feel really, really stupid. Or I can just go tell after.
That would not
And
be
that's
good.
what I decided to do, because I was not, it really caught me off guard. I'm not going to lie. It caught me off guard when we were talking about how we don't understand how people can be racist.
Okay.
And then here goes the contradiction. Let's be transphobic instead.
All right, folks. And let's have the conversation about that real quick. I'm gonna add a little extra into it. I want to make sure we have this conversation. Do you think he should have been willing to go shut it down as being the only black person there when a conversation was about race? A bunch of I'm a quote KM crackers. Like, do you think that was the case? Like, he should have shut it down then? I'm not even saying shutting it down means you got to cuss motherfuckers out. But do you think the conversation should have been shut down then? Or do you believe the conversation should have waited after? Because this thing, they don't know whether it was going to go approximate racism, whatever. But he was going to let that shit rock. And to keep in mind, he said, oh, here we go. And he's kind of been in situations like this before, be it the trans route or the racial route. What's good? Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. And yeah, where should the line have been drawn? Because keep in mind, he's both black and trans. Where is it okay to let one thing slip by when you're the only person there, and then you can only address the other thing? Like, where is the line in that? You said I can't because you were stealth. You were stealth, but I see you. I get that. I get that. Oh shit. My bad.
Should I just out myself? Should I tell them? And he was like, that's up to you if you want to. And I was like, no, I probably shouldn't. And I'm confused. So I just got caught real off guard. And so I waited. And then after they were done, I walked out and I texted the guy that I was friends with and said, yo, come here real quick. So he came out and he was like, bro, I did not know what to do. That was really, really awkward. And I was like, I know. And I was like, should I just out myself? Should I tell them? And he was like, that's up to you.
You were stealth for 3 months. Again, you pull your coming out party whenever you want to. I'm coming out. You want the world to know. Like, whenever you feel like it. But you was 3 months stealth for a reason. For a reason. You didn't go into the job, fulfill the requirements, and then was like, hey, by the way, during the interview, I'm trans. Because they can't do anything about that. That would be discrimination. You could have let it be known ahead of time. And then you probably would have gotten more respect from your peers because you were still showing yourself to be capable of doing said job. They didn't have to treat you with kid gloves. Then they'd be like, hey, you can't just lift that on your own. You know, You ain't got the same Rosie the Riveter, like they wouldn't have done you that way. You'd be like, get the fuck out of my way. And then you could have done with it. And they would have been like, yo, all right, respect. They case closed, won't challenge you again. Or we hope. Because here's the truth of the matter. If you are a weak man, period, you will get the same treatment. Sit your ass down. You can't lift this shit, little nigga. You'll get that same treatment. So don't think that because you're trans, it's going to be that difference. But the fact that you were stealth for 3 months, and now when this incident happens, now you feel the need to let it be known that they're in their folly. But again, the conversation now is that they're in their folly about them being trans, but not in the folly of the fact that they even may have brought an uncomfortable conversation with you about race. Which one do you hold to be more important? Your trans identity or your racial identity? If we're putting on the scales, you guys let me know which one that you think that they're being valued more.
If you want to. And I was like, no, I probably shouldn't. Because like I said, I work in a collision center with technicians, male-dominant workplace. Mind you, when I'm not cleaning cars, I clean up the bathrooms and stuff. So I'm in and out of the men's bathroom. And I'm like, it probably wouldn't be smart to do that because I do a lot of things that have to do with like going in the men's room and stuff. So I pulled my manager to the side later, and I guess my friend did too. And we let her know. And she told me, well, what would you like me to do about it? And I said, honestly, let's make them take like a discrimination course. Clearly.
First of all, you don't think on the rise of Me Too and LGBTQ rights, you don't think that they haven't already taken trainings? First of all, it was mandatory across the country that all businesses had to do so. So they've already taken trainings. Keep in mind, they didn't need to take a training prior to you wanting to come out. I'm wondering what was the thought process that happened with your manager. Like, it threw them off, and then they are in a very uncomfortable position. Like, oh shit, I didn't know. Like, I can't say nothing wrong. What would you like me to do? Well, I think maybe they should take a course, to set them straight, like they can't be talking like this in front of people. And it's like, okay, of course they're gonna do their deconstruction. They're gonna do their why am I faltering on this? It's a tech thing that we talk about all the time. Anyway, they're gonna roll back their investigation to figure out who was in the room, who might have been said. We're like, come on. They're gonna figure out it's either you or the other guy that works there. And they're probably thinking like, damn, I don't think we said anything racist, but then all of a sudden we have to take what? A sensitivity test? To what exactly? To racist? I don't think we were being racist. We were talking about for trans stuff? Like, okay, sure. Because I'm pretty sure that manager did not disclose the fact that Kyle is trans.
They need to be reminded that, like, hey, this is not tolerated in the workplace. You would think they would know. That's
my problem. The trans talk was not tolerated in the workplace, but the talk about race was. Okay.
Oh, because mind you, these guys are older than me, but no. So I said, yeah, we can handle it that way. There's no need to out myself. There's no need to yell at them individually and tell them that I told on them. Let's just have them do the discrimination course and go from there. And that was the end of that. So I was chilling. I was like, all right, this is good. This is good. I even made a TikTok making fun of the situation. Like, haha, y'all got to go through a discrimination course.
Oh no. You fucked up there. That right there, that was a no. For those who believe in karma, do you believe this person just did the right thing? They made a whole TikTok. They made you have to go to training. You just fucked yourself up.
at the big age of 40 something. How do you feel? But then as I'm thinking everything blew over, fast forward to last week.
I think he's right.
I don't know why I didn't expect this to happen eventually. I mean, I kind of did. Anytime I start a job, I just assume at some point someone is going to find out, because I have a social media platform. But I've been on social media for 10 years talking about my transition, and
no chaser. Called it out ahead of time. No chaser's right. He wins. He wins it. He's right. He got it.
never have I run into issues. But here we are. So last week, what happened was I was cleaning a car, minding my business, having a good time, had my headphones in, life's good, and I get a text. And it's from my coworker that I'm friends with. And he said, "Code red, bro, code red." And at first I'm like, code red, what? I got to clean a real dirty car? Like what? And then my mind kind of traveled more and I'm like, oh shit, what happened? And he was like, bro, code red. They know.
Yep.
And I'm like, they know what? And he goes and tells me, I'm not going to say the name. I'm just going to call him Jimmy for now. Jimmy knows. And now he's telling everyone.
How?
And I'm like, how does Jimmy know?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Jimmy was going to the bathroom and he was scrolling on Facebook and he saw a video of you. It was a news video, like a news article video on Facebook of me as a...
One more time for No Chaser. He got that. He got it. Very, very good guess, my guy. Very good guess.
Child versus me now. And it had a description of my whole story. Someone wrote a story and made a video of it and put it on Facebook, because I have not done any interviews in over a year. I haven't had any recent things where I could be like, oh, makes sense. I just did a podcast or I just did an interview. No, I have not done any type of podcast, interview, anything in over a year. So this just must have been something that I've done years ago, and then a Facebook page.
I thought you were gonna say 4 or 5 years. Just a year? That's still fresh. You could have 5, 6, 8 years ago. Just a year is really fucking fresh. What?
Made a story about me. So he said, yeah, he saw that video and he watched the whole thing and he knows. And he went around and told each and every single technician. And at that point, my heart hit my ass. And normally I don't care. I genuinely don't care. If I get outed, I'm usually super oh, okay, whatever, cool, great. But when it's in the workplace, it just brings on an extra layer of awkward. And then not only that, but I was just in the crossfire of that transphobia, not even a week and a half prior to that. And that's what made it 10 times more awkward, because I was just in a room with 2 guys going in on trans people, calling us its, calling us all types of things. And now one of my videos is out and they're passing it around like candy. Yeah.
Like candy is crazy.
So the way where I work, there's the main garage where all the technicians work, and it's in the main building. And then I have my own little garage that's detached from the main building. So I'm in my own little cubicle in a sense.
You know what, KM, you're right. I forgot that I even said that. Because I've been affected by this as well. You're absolutely right. I did talk about social media affect the workplace. I totally forgot about it. I absolutely did forget about it. What you said as well, you said that's the thing when I'm in the workplace, I don't need to know your background. I just need to know if you... I agree. Can you do this? Are you able to take care of your portion? I don't want to be the one to have to clean up after you. I agree.
And so I did not want to leave there. I did not want to go back into the main shop because I did not want to be stared at or questioned or who knows. Like I said, or working in a male dominant facility, blue collar specifically, I was a little scared. I mean, I wasn't like terrified for my life, but I was a little scared because I didn't know like what these people are going to do. And I'm in the South. So who knows? And I was already on edge because I have been going through, this is a conversation for a different day, but I've been going through relationship issues. And that's been the main thing on my mind already. So this was the icing on the cake where I had nothing left emotionally to deal with it. So I was like, honestly, I'm already in a bad mood with what's going on at home. So I'm probably going to leave. I'm leaving. And so I went up to my manager.
You're gonna quit.
And as I'm walking into her office, I said, I'm going home because I'm not about to deal with grown ass man children. And she kind of gave me like the little rundown of like, I'm so sorry. She kind of mentioned how she has a trans family member, and she even started crying.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back. I don't appreciate you saying grown ass man children for them deducing based on mistakes that you've made. Because let's be honest, unless you're gonna embrace you being a content creator, they're not children for finding out on you. You know, that's the whole point of an algorithm. It's going to push it out. Damn, KM, you're right about that as well. I thought, how do they find you? When you're in proximity to somebody, even if they're not looking for your content, your phone is in proximity of their phone, and by your phone being in proximity, your content will get pushed to them. Not because they're interested in your content, but because you work next to them, because your phone is next to their phones on a regular basis, you will become part of their algorithm. You guys need to understand this if you want to become a content creator. Especially if you want to become a content creator and you're worried about your job. You need to know this. You need to know this. You can say, low-key, I never tell anybody my content. I never share my phone number with anybody else. You don't have to share your phone number. You don't have to tell anyone that you're a content creator. Your phone and the algorithm will do all the work for you. You need to know that. Like, this is a great, you know what? W me. I'm over here being Negro Domus and shit. That's crazy calling that out.
And she kind of gave me like the little rundown of like, I'm so sorry. She kind of mentioned how she has a trans family member, and she even started crying because it kind of hit her a little deeper because she knows somebody who is going through the same transition as me. And she told me, you are more than welcome to go home because you should not have to feel uncomfortable. She told me she was going to go directly to the higher ups, have them come by.
Oh my God.
And she said, just keep your phone on standby and we will get this all sorted out because we do not want to lose you. She ended up calling me. She told me everything was going to be taken care of. Everyone's going to be doing the discrimination course all over again. She pulled each and every single one of those guys into her office and said, we will not tolerate this. And yeah, kind of, that was pretty much it.
That wasn't it. When I could tell you I've been through this myself. I've gone through this twice in the workforce where everybody, if not department, then company-wide, had to be issued or reissued training for, let's just say for sensitivity, right? I've seen this. So basically, Kyle here was sent home early for being uncomfortable, most likely paid, by the way, a paid excuse. They were giving pay. And then because of something that no one else is responsible for, except for Kyle, The content would, it's not like a person just said, well, I'm going to show Kyle. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go online and I'm going to search for all black Negroes with fucking with snapback caps on. And I'm going to do this all day. Keep in mind, the guy said he went to the bathroom or whatever the case may be. And that's how he ran across his content, right? No, because I feel like there might be more at miss. Now, all of a sudden, all these motherfuckers is goddamn Matlock. Yeah, they're all Columbo and shit. Oh, I'm gonna do my research now because I got a feeling it was you, and now that's how I ran across your. Listen, you shouldn't be working in car detail. Then you should be, honestly, become a PI. If your skills are that top notch, you should become a PI. You should not be working in car detail. You need more bread. Listen, you can go to the police department. You can do some training. You can get yourself a good service weapon, not for the cops, but you can get yourself a carry conceal. You can become a PI. If you got those kind of skills, you should not be cleaning cars. Then you could make some serious bank. Just the investigative skills alone. But no, that's not what happened. They went to the bathroom, probably went to go drop a deuce. And then by happenstance, due to the algorithm, your content came up. I'm pretty sure they did not go to TikTok and was looking up trans people. I'm pretty sure that's not what was happening. They probably went to TikTok and they scrolled laughing at this, laughing at this, and said, whoa, is that? No. Is that Kyle? Wait, they got a page? And got the scoop that way. That's more than likely how it happened. I'm just going to be honest with you. Now you're talking about whether you should probably quit or not or whatever. And then you turn around and do what? You say, hey, I'm going to go home, basically getting the paid leave. I'm going to just run that. You got a paid leave going home and your manager's walking on eggshells because, and they're going to like, yeah, you do. I absolutely understand how you feel because I got a baby daddy step niece's nephew, former nephew that's trans, like, and I understand exactly how you feel. Like, and now you think things are going to be great when you walk back into the workforce the next day because everybody's going to have to take this retraining because the issue is so severe, you know. And do you think that they're going to all be fixed now? Or do you think that now that they all know who you are and they have to be given this reissue of training, right? Don't you think, just my thinking, that the only reason that they might be nice to you or avoiding you is because they're fearful of their job being on the line? I'm telling you this, with the rabbit hole I'm going down, because this has been my experience in working in corporate America and seeing how people behave. Don turned around and dropped the 2 jewels. Appreciate you on the silver star. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you for that. You said workday is going to be crazy for him. I agree. I think that's just going to be wild. Let's continue it. We're almost there.
Probably wondering, all right, so what did you end up doing? Well, if you made it this far in the video, I am about to tell you. I ended up going back to work the next day because I cooled down. I was fine again. It is what it is.
Sure.
And honestly, the turnout was better than I thought.
Oh, here we go.
I will keep in mind that
they're afraid.
Some of their reactions that next day were probably because they...
I'm going to call this out right now. No chaser. I'm about to make a prediction. Any bet Kyle's about to say, they're all going to be like, I didn't know. Oh my gosh. If I had known, I would have never said shit like that in the break room. A conversation among, among guys, you included as well. All of us guys. And now that I know, I am so wrong for not knowing. I was highly insensitive for not knowing because you was on the low, by the way. And now that I know, in order to make sure I don't make mistakes in the future, so I don't lose my job. If I have any questions, like, could you just like educate me on your people? Like, they're a whole new fucking species or a whole new ethnicity on your people. If I have any questions, can I just come to you? Like as a questioning friend, so I could just say, I don't know any better. My Homo sapien brain cannot figure this out. Can you just put your palm out and I lick it, and then therefore you can educate me on this situation? Like, any bet that's about to happen. I'm not, me, I'm not really a betting man, but if I was, I'm telling you that's about to take place.
They didn't want to lose their job, so I have to keep that in mind. There's no telling how they would have actually acted if this was not a work-related situation, but I'll still take it. When I went to work the next day, a couple of them came up to me and said, listen, don't be upset. We were not making fun of you. We were just so in shock that you were trans, and it was something we never would have thought. We don't ever want you to feel less than. You are still a guy in our eyes.
Nice.
And no hard feelings. And then the one guy, he even said, like, do you mind if I ask questions? And I said,
what did I say? What did I say? What did I say?
absolutely not.
What did I say?
I said, this is what I do online. I love telling my story once I feel comfortable and once I know that somebody genuinely is trying to learn and not just trying to be an asshole. So I ended up sitting and talking with him for a good hour and a half and telling him everything. And one by one, they each kind of started coming to me and being more respectful. And the one guy,
Okay. So Anthony, you said they did this to me, and I can't describe how it felt. It was like I couldn't even move. I was frozen. It felt like something very important came out of me. Pause, by the way. Something came out of me. I felt, I'm gonna say felt hopeless. Now I hope we can move on. I get that. I've had people, after being socially reprimanded, have come to me and say, Resla, can I talk to you real quick? And I'm going, sure. And they're like, I just need to really get some shit off my chest. And I go, I understand what you just went through some training. Is this a personal conversation or is this a private conversation? Because people know me a little bit more differently. And they go, I'm not gonna lie, how I'm feeling is very personal. I'm like, then you're gonna do me a favor. This is what you're gonna do. I leave I say if I leave at 4 o'clock, I'm leaving at 4 o'clock. What time are you leaving? He's like, I leave at 3:30. If you can wait a half hour, go to the bathroom, go hang out, go smoke a cigarette, go do whatever you're going to do. The bar's down the street. After 4, you and I, we can go grab a drink and you can air everything out to me. Once I'm off the clock, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. And it's strictly on personal shit. Because if you want to talk to me professionally, I'm going to be like, okay, let's go one of these private interview rooms. And we can talk about how you're feeling about what, but personal shit, we're not going to do that until I'm off the clock. Not because I'm like HR or anything, because I'm not. But people treat me the same way as HR. So,
estimator that got caught up and realized, oh shit, like I was just talking crap about trans people in front of a trans person. His first reaction.
Wrong. He wasn't talking shit about a trans person he wasn't talking shit about trans people in front of a trans person. He was talking shit about trans people in front of a straight guy. The person that you were pretending to be. And I hate to say it that way, but these are your words. You were the one that was in secret. No one was supposed to smell the femininity that was previously on you. No one was supposed to know something that you wanted to keep secret. That's the wording comes off as deceitful to me. I'm listening to you intently, and it comes off very victimizing and also very deceitful in the way that you're saying that. And I'm not even saying your situation should not be looked at with a degree of seriousness or empathy and appreciation for what you've done to be able to make sure that people are more inclusive. But I can almost say this as a guy, as any of us guys working in the workforce, we're not all very professional. Whether it's on a lunch break or whether it's just a group of guys, I'll tell you this from corporate to blue collar to being in production on the low end and even on the high end. Girls are going to be girls, because I've seen y'all ladies as nurses say a bunch of shit. Y'all ladies as teachers say a bunch of shit. And I've even had you ladies as fucking early attorneys say this shit. Y'all say crazy shit too on jobs. We all have gone through this. There are people who have strictly friendships, not real screwing around with each other, but friendships, just flirting with each other on the job. You decided to not disclose anything, and now you want to, I'm gonna be honest with you, Kyle, you want to penalize everybody for something that you decided to disclose. By the way, you know me, I'm open discussion. Let me know, am I wrong? Am I saying it the wrong way? Am I missing it? Maybe you guys feel differently. Feel free to tell me. Don't think like, oh, you know what, Resla said this, and I'm feeling a way about that. My butt got puckered, and I can't say shit to him because he's the host. He's the host of the show. He'll ban me if I say the wrong thing. No, I'll ban you if you're a fucktard. I'm never gonna ban you for having an opinion. I'm banning you if you're terrible at trolling, not for having a bad opinion or having an opinion at all. Even if it's totally disagreeing on anything I say, I'm about conversations for sure. I'm just not about fuck shit. So let me know. Do you think differently? I'm not asking for agreeers. And in fact, KM, you can't say shit because they think you're all an acolyte now. They think you drink the Resla Kool-Aid or some shit like that. So not from UKM, apparently. Not from UKM. Apparently they're like, nope, anything KM say, like, we can't trust her. We can't trust her. Which is fucked up because the person who probably sets me straight the most, if not mama, is actually KM. So let me know if you think otherwise. Because if you don't, like, I'm not worried about being wrong, but these are my opinions. And I say this as somebody who's not only worked alongside people who are trans, but also as someone who's hired people who are trans. I say this. There are people who look at different people with a different eye, a skepticism, and where their positions are and how much power they do have or don't have in comparison to each other. Everybody sizes each other up. You're going to tell me these guys are not walking through and they're all being nice to you, and now they all want to make sure that they're very inclusive with you and they're not thinking about their jobs? You're the one that decided to come clean with all this. And now if you can't sit there and be pissed if everybody treats you now with kid gloves. Can we just all say that as well? Kyle cannot be upset at all if everyone in his department, if all the guys, if all the gals, if everybody treats him with kid gloves, because he placed himself in that position rather than being out in the open in the beginning and then actually building genuine rapport. Plain and simple.
Well, I didn't know. Bruh. Because that's not the whole point. The whole point
what was the point then?
Not to know. The whole point of me transitioning is so you don't know.
So why you told? if the whole point was for you not to know, which is the reason why you was low key for 3 months, why the fuck is everybody going through that shit now? Because you broke your own covenant. You broke your own rules. Chase, you said like panels. They go up to tell their business, and when the chat says something about it, we got to call that shit out. I agree. We get called out. How you going to tell me about something that I said? I know what I said. I put it all out there. Why are you mad that I said it? I don't need you to say what I said because I already said it. I don't need you to say that shit. We just ain't say it again, nigga. Hey, no chaser. Does that not fall under my rule number 1? Be mindful of what you say on the internet. Because when you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. When I say shit and I laugh about shit, or I run shit, or I storytell about shit, I'm aware about what I'm doing. There are motherfuckers out there who says all kind of weird, random shit about themselves, or shit that has no business being said about themselves, and then they say, we don't want you to don't hold that against me. It's like,
wait, what?
Don't hold it against you, nigga. It's on the internet now. We have clippers. We got doxers. We got stream snipers. Like, are you stupid? If you're not comfortable with it, you shouldn't be opening your mouth. And if it's a joke, you should be saying that ahead of time or after the fact. If you're not saying it after the fact, I was just joking. I was just being, I just don't have the same sense of humor. Then you should let it be known that you was joking right after the fact. Don't expect everybody to pick up on your humor. When you left it hanging, you made that shit be true. So I say, be mindful about what you say. Because if you don't want it to be out there, I laugh and I joke and I make a whole lot. I make a whole lot of content. You guys already know that. I say a whole bunch of shit that people will sit there fucking laughing, that they can sit there and be like, you know what? Some shit that he says is crazy. Some shit that he says, I might need to talk to his mom. I may need to talk to his girl. I think this nigga might need to go to counseling. I think this nigga may even say something that might sound a little bit sus. Like, you know. But everybody knows who watching me what my humor is, and they know when I'm joking or not. Because quite frankly, for those who follow me long enough, they already know what I've already said a lot about the things that I'm comfortable talking about in my life and what I'm not comfortable talking about in my life. I don't bother. And I even have rules as to the things that I am willing to put forth in my life and not. And most of the people don't even get those information from me, even when I'm having private conversations. So when you're up here, Kyle, and you're sitting there talking about your work life and what's going on there and blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, you did that to yourself. You can't talk about the fact that you wanted to be low key and then you're not low key and then you're punishing everybody for you coming out. Like, what are you doing? You're punishing now people for you coming out when you started this whole thing saying that you wanted to be low key. That's not cool, man. That's not cool.
But anyway, I try to give people grace, even when they are
grace,
even when they might be
Chat. You think Kyle gave grace?
Transphobic. I am the type of trans person that tries to give people.
Wait. Let me say it again. Do you believe Kyle gave grace when Kyle was also ready to quit? Kyle went home. Kyle called them 40-year-old grown 12-year-old children. Like, do you believe that Kyle gave them grace? Is that what took place, Kyle? To me, no. I didn't see grace. I didn't see care, mercy, nor grace. You don't know any of these ones.
But anyway, I try to give people grace, even when they are ignorant, even when they might be transphobic. By the way,
were they ignorant of you being a guy or were they ignorant of you being trans when they didn't know? Because now it seems like, because I am leaning against you now. I was probably even on your side more than halfway through this. But as we get further down to it, you're being very deceitful with what you're saying. And I'm calling that shit out. I'm not really on your side right now. The victim shit does not fly with me. And you put a lot of people under the knife for you being comfortable. When you claim you was comfortable from the start, you even care more about being trans. You care about being black. And you're both.
I am the type of trans person that tries to give people grace regardless, because you're
a liar.
Change people's minds. We cannot educate people if we have sour hearts.
And you wanted to make your mission to ensure that you educate these straight white men. You wanted to make it your mission to do so. You didn't want to educate them because you're black. You wanted to make sure that you educate them because you're trans. And you worked 3 months. You worked over 90 fucking days with them. And this is where you drew the line. This is where the straw fucking broke the camel's back. Or rather, the camel toe's back. Like, I know that I didn't need to say that. See, now this is where the alphabet community comes after me for saying that. This is where.
And I know it's easier said than done. I know some of y'all might be in my comments and say, well, it's not our job to be sweet and like sympathetic to transphobic people. Absolutely. But I choose to be sympathetic. I'm not making you, but just know that I, as a trans man, I choose to be more sympathetic even to those who treat me like shit. Because we can't have...
Who treated you like shit? What are you saying? Who treated you like shit? When did that happen? The victim mentality is wild. When did out of your own words, when did any of your coworkers treat you like shit? Just look at your own words. When did that happen? In your own words, when did that happen? When did your coworkers treat you like shit?
Change if we're ignorant back. It just doesn't work that way. If it did work that way, we would have already seen change. At this point now, I'm almost happy that this happened.
Of course you do.
Because now I can be my authentic self.
No, it's not that you can be your authentic self. You're happy about this now because now you place yourself in a power position against all your other straight coworkers. You won't say it, but I will. You place yourself in a position where everybody else now fears you. Because everyone else's job is on the line. That's what you did. You came in like a mole, like a double agent, and then you did turncoat on them. You turncoat. Now they know that they're dealing with a spy. You're comfortable with the fact that everybody else is now walking on eggshells. That's not cool.
Now I walk through that place with my chin up. Now I don't have to feel weird if the guys are like, oh, Kyle, come build this. And I'm like, oops, I don't know how. I'm just a girl.
That never happened. He just triggered me. I'm sorry. Fucking triggered. That triggered me. Deceitful language. I'm just picking up on it quick. Deceitful language. Please pay attention to what the fuck Kyle is saying. Look at the shit-eating grin on his fucking face. Deceitful fucking language.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah. You know what
you're
doing.
In all seriousness, like, now it feels good knowing that I don't have to, like, walk around like this. Now it's, yeah, I'm trans. Some of my life experiences are different.
Do you think they would have treated him any different if he wasn't trans but he was a gay person, the answer is no. No. For the guys in here, before we get to the gals, for the guys in here, do you think that gay guys don't have muscle and strength? I've seen gay guys that I work with on jobs that can lift way more than I have. And in fact, I think there are gay guys that they go after guys who are muscular, whatever other gay guys, and they say, what's the term? There are guys who work on specific muscles in the gay community. I don't know what those muscles are, but there are guys who work on specific muscles in the gay community, and it's called getting gay fit. And I was like, what? I know one of them for sure has to do with the pecs, the shoulders, and something with the neck. I guess if a nigga don't have really like a neck, like, then like, and he got the pec, if he got all this upper shit going on in the arms, he's gay fit. Like he ain't really got to have like no legs or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. Or like, do I even want to? By the way, no, I'm not gonna research that. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna put that into my search engine. Getting gay fit, like I'm sorry, people. Love you now, but I'm not typing that into my. What does it mean to get gay fit? I'm not typing that into my Google search. I'm not doing it for y'all.
I don't know how to build this. I didn't know how to do this. I wasn't taught this. Like now it makes things a lot less awkward and I can be myself. This story, I hope, proves that not all places are bad. Not all places in the South are scary. There are outliers in a lot of things. And that's the main reason I wanted to tell this story, because I guarantee you most of you were expecting a horrible ending, but it wasn't.
I wasn't.
And I still work there. I'm still happy. I'm still content. And
how could you not be?
And just know, I mean, if you take anything from this video, just know if you're trans and you share your story online, one of these days it's bound to happen. I'm surprised it took this long because, again, I'm all over on social media.
You wouldn't be surprised that it was this long if you had just been authentic and honest from the get-go. Like, I do not appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. Or as KM was saying, can't unhear shit after you see how bad faith some can be. And I agree. I do, in fact, agree. Oh my gosh. Speaking of unhearing stuff, right? Let me take off real quick. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I'm going to come back and we got at least 2, if not 3 more things that we need to talk about. Be about quick, maybe less than a minute. I mean, you know, I pee faster than some of you ladies. I know some of y'all just like to trickle and dribble across the damn place. I just need to go use the bathroom back and I'll be with you guys in a moment. I know Cam's probably want to curse me out right now, but too bad. In the meantime,
got calm, a collection shaped by experience, touched by life, and previously owned by somebody you will never meet. You don't choose used gay condoms. Used gay condoms choose you. Passion, mystery, latex, history. Each piece tells a story. We don't know what that story is, and perhaps that's the beauty of it. Discover our exclusive collections, classic, reserve, vintage, and clearance. For those who believe luxury shouldn't always arrive unused. UsedGayCondoms.com. Because anybody can buy new, But you are not anybody. You are different, possibly concerning, but different. UsedGayCondoms.com. Previously experienced, unnecessarily elegant, unforgettable, for all the wrong reasons. UsedGayCondoms.com. Wear the memory. Actually, don't wear it. UsedGayCondoms.com is a parody business and does not sell used condoms. Please do not wear, reuse, collect, gift, fragrance, display, frame, or describe used condoms as vintage. Some things do not become more valuable with age.
Nope. We are back. We're back. We are back. Whew. That laugh. You said that laugh. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, as we're getting back to now, we got to talk. I want to talk about something that I think a lot of people do a lot and don't really want to admit to. But there is a content creator who I do watch from time to time. It's been a little bit since I've seen it, but he's talking about something, and that is in terms of prawn addiction. And that is my guy, FD Signifier, on his other channel, the Signified B-Side. I haven't seen it, but being that I hear so much about some of these parasocial relationships and people who sit there and take their time and goon, I was wondering what maybe this man might actually have some kind of thoughts about it, and maybe some ways that we can figure out why is taking place the way that it is. So with that being said, let's take a look at what he has to say.
All right, welcome back to Goon World. I'm FD Signifier.
Goon
in our
World?
last episode, we gave a baseline engagement and exploration of the origins of pornography and sex work in the West, or at least in America. And today we're going to start to engage with the results of what that history brought to us today. I'm going to start with an article that helped inspire this series.
The Goon
An article
Squad
on
is crazy.
gooning in Harper's Magazine that starts out with the horrifyingly and darkly humorous story of Nautica Malone, aka the Goonicide.
The Goonicide is crazy.
Yeah. Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Police say a man took his own after getting caught committing a sex crime in the drive-through of a coffee shop.
Say his name!
Whoa!
Say his name!
Nautica's death is bigger than 9/11.
This was a recurring incident that all the girls were aware of.
You killed that man.
Nautica was a young father who committed suicide after being filmed in what amounts to an attempted sexual assault when he drove through a Bikini Beans cafe while masturbating and was caught on camera.
Maybe it was something.
Hey, yo! I look at content creators on a lot of different platforms. I don't know who this guy is. What's his name? The Goon Lord, Goon Squad. Okay, 118. What's his name? What is his name again? Say it.
Committed suicide.
That all the girls were aware of.
You killed that man.
Nautica was a young father who committed suicide after being filmed in what amounts to an attempted sexual assault when he drove through a Bikini Beans cafe while masturbating and was caught on camera.
Maybe it was something about Malone's expression. He looked confident, even sultry, like he was hoping somehow to seduce the barista. Whatever the reason, the video was soon inescapable online. The view count was still climbing when Malone drove a few towns over and shot himself in the head in the front seat of his Dodge Challenger, leaving a note to his wife and young children asking for their forgiveness.
The article is more about the unique and emerging.
This was over beating his meat? He took himself off the chessboard? He folded? Over gooning? I'm speechless. What? Why does the Goon Squad have the fucking sock? Hold up. Why does it have the sock? Let me Why is the sock over the fucking monitor? Oh my goodness.
Goon culture than the life and experience of Nautica Malone, and understandably so. This video will also be more about the concept of gooning and goon culture than Malone, but I do want to spend a bit more time talking about him and his death, because what's interesting to me is the nature of what he did, why he was in the position he was in, and more specifically, how it connects to the nature of sex work and how that connects back to the people that consume sex work. As it pertains to sex workers, one thing you'll learn when you're around women in that industry is how many other skills they'll develop and learn while in that world. An experienced sex worker is liable to have skills anywhere between a pharmacist and a seamstress due to what it takes to survive in a world that both immensely desires your labor, but criminalizes and ostracizes it at the same time. I bring this up because no one ever discusses why Malone was being filmed in the first place, which is because these sex workers were protecting themselves.
Point of this is about prevention. You know, we've all done dumb shit before, but you know, you had two kids counting on them, and you had a lapse in judgment, and now here we are.
I feel for the dude, low key. Not that I'm like riding around with my pants down, going to drive-thrus or whatever, but the way it was handled and everything, I don't fuck with that.
In a short documentary from the Channel 5 YouTube channel, a correspondent interviews some of the workers at the Bikini Beans, and they explicitly point out that Nautica was a repeat offender for exposing himself at the coffee shop. Someone who they likely warned or went to the authorities about before. So they took matters into their own hands to record him.
By the way it was handled, Yeats' twin here means the Bikini Beans' decision to post the video of Nautica to their social media platforms in order to identify him, which quickly went viral, scoring tens of millions of views overnight.
This was a recurring incident that all the girls were aware of. The barista took the video and the corporate managers decided to expose it themselves. So it wasn't even the actual barista who really.
Oh, this nigga is actually motherfucking no pants. I can't. I can't. He really is pantsless. This is crazy.
The video, but I was a little surprised that it went viral, but it's not surprising once you think about it later. Thinking about it now, it makes sense within this like online commentary of lonely men.
While some in the Channel 5 documentary try to see this as some type of malicious act along with the family of Nautica Malone, which is understandable considering that they did lose a son in the process, the reality is exposing abusers and assaulters is something that sex workers have to do to protect other sex workers, let alone whoever else might be affected by that behavior. It is arguable to call the baristas at Bikini Beans sex workers, but they're close enough to that world to know that, one, the police probably were not going to help them stop what was happening because they had called the police before, but also know why posting his face was necessary.
Because sex workers are being criminalized right now. Sex workers are being murdered and raped.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So yes, no chaser, because the person that filmed is one of the baristas. Again, it's a mini bar cafe thing, kind of a mini bar area. So the girls all wear mini skirts. So the person who filmed them was in a mini skirt.
And assaulted right now in this day and fucking age. And they cannot go to the police. They cannot go anywhere and report this because they are affected by stigma. They are affected by criminalization, and this criminalization overwhelmingly affects sex workers of color, Black sex workers, trans sex workers, sex workers who use drugs, sex workers on the street.
However,
sex workers who use drugs? Anybody want to tell me what that means? I don't know if am I crazy? I'm drawing a blank. Like, what does that mean? Sex workers who use drugs. And you can't just say hookers. Like, what do you mean sex workers who use drugs?
I do think I can safely assume from this documentary that they didn't expect or hope that Nautica would take his own life in the face of the embarrassment from the speedy virality that came from this incident, leaving behind a wife and child. And I feel like it's useful to spend a bit more time beyond the meme of it all to ask, why was this man exposing himself to people? Why did he feel the need to kill himself after his own exposure as a sex criminal? And what can be discussed about men and their relationship to pornography in a world where a sex criminal can become a meme and then a semi-ironic, maybe, symbol of men's health struggles at the same time? This is something that can only happen.
About this music right now. We gonna play it. This music probably copywritten, but we gonna play it. Goon World is wild.
Don't believe me.
Okay. As mentioned in the previous video, gooning being a newish slang term for masturbating, with the connotation that you are masturbating to internet pornography in a state of debased mindlessness, allowing the uniquely hypnotic nature of internet porn to turn you into a total goon. First, I want to clarify. So my understanding is that gooning, so there's the like internet slang of gooning, which is just enjoying certain material and enjoying yourself while enjoying it. And then there's like the weird tantric cult version of it.
Yes.
Like where people are like, I'm trying to goon for like 12 hours straight.
Yes.
And it's a Reddit page.
Yes, he's absolutely correct. I don't know if you guys know this. Like, so there was a video I just ran across this TikToker, right? And I didn't know if yes, sir, cult. Yes, no chaser, cult. Yes. I just ran across this girl, and today, and I probably gotta find it because I don't want to touch that tab, because if I touch that tab, it's going to click over. And I don't know much about her, but it was another streamer that put me on to this TikToker. And I said, let me go look at this TikToker's page. But apparently she speaks about basically being a professional gooner. Like by the way, gooners are not just men. There are women that talk about that they goon for 3 hours plus. Women are also talking about being gooners, professional gooners. Like, and I mean just the same way as men, gooning on their plushy pillows, gooning to anime, gooning to all kind of gooning to their favorite movie actors, gooning in the fucking movie theater. I'm talking about there are women who are on the rise. I'm telling you, I'm in the internet streets. I'm not everywhere all at once, like the movie and shit, but I'm enough outside of YouTube that I catch a lot of shit, and I'm like, whoa, I can't believe this is a thing. So I learned about a lot. That's why I say, like, some of y'all guys, you got to get out of YouTube. But there are people there. I have my TikTok. My Instagram is not as popping, even though there's a lot of women on my Instagram. But I learn shit all the time. And it's like, I always find it funny when someone like, say, like an FD or whatever starts covering this stuff. Oh, no, people still go into hentai. But let's be honest, people also still make porn with fake tentacles and everything, and fake stunt cum that throw it on people. They have fake dicks that screw chicks and put out fake cum. And there are people still gooning to that, like, because the fantasy of a tentacle monster is still something that's still active today. And yes, they have goon cults. There are people who like, oh my gosh, do you did you goon to JoJo? Oh, I absolutely did goon to. There are people who goon not even to animes, they goon to mangas. No chaser. You're talking about the drawings. We're not even talking about the colored books. We're talking about the black and white hentai manga books. They're gooning to it. They're gooning over their favorite characters.
Yeah. And so, which one are you? And it's no judgment either way.
I'm a part of like the overall goon culture. Like I be gooning, but also I've seen people who are in the internet sex cult of goons, which, to be fair, is not as demonic as we make it sound. It really is just about pro body and pro sex. A lot of people
pro body and pro sex. Gooning is about pro body and pro sex. The act of you masturbating to exhaustion, that you're masturbating so much that you're hurting yourself, that you're like, you don't even know if you can get the next nut off. That's like a sex body positivity type shit that you're talking about, my guy. The guy named Dom up here.
I have a whole account dedicated to Goon Twitter. It's a private account. God. Nobody has it besides for other people who share my love of goons. A lot of it is just following.
Could you imagine this? There's some guy out there, no Jason, to everybody who's watching. Did you imagine there's some guy out there who says he goons so much that the last time that he gooned, nothing even came out? It was like just air. Like, could you imagine that? Like he officially has like that one guy has like officially dubbed cock farting because he just had nothing left in the chamber, literally shooting a blank. Like he just you just heard the air, like it just came out because he had nothing left. It's like literally a legit cock fart. Like craziness.
Normal people, not even sex workers, so no OnlyFans, no my fans in their bio, just like posting themselves like, "Hey, good morning, meat pic," and it's just like a
wow.
It's like a sharing of like the sexual experience in a body, which I find cool because I feel like we've demonized, especially Gen Z is so Puritan, which fries me because I'm a part of the generation. I didn't realize how Puritan my generation got, but I think it's good that there are some parts of us and some parts of it that is finding solace in like these small pockets of people who are like being woke about it too. Like, hey, do you like this thing? Talking about kinks, talking about this thing. Here go my butt. Like it's a fun thing.
Here goes my butt. So good morning, show me your meat, and hello, here goes my butt. I'm gonna sound like one of these fucking comments in these YouTube, these Facebook, and whatever chats. As a millennial, I wish getting ass was this easy. I'll be honest, like ass wasn't readily available to me until I was in my late 20s through my and my early 30s. I was about to say through but it's not true. My late 20s and my early 30s is when I was getting the most ass that I ever had. And I was still getting shit in my early 20s and my teens and everything. But never to the point that these motherfuckers have already lapped me, probably double lapped me, triple lapped me in motherfucking numbers. Like, I'm not saying I'm a sexaholic. I'm just saying when I hear a woman that turned around and she got triple digit bodies, and I'm not even talking about Bonnie Blue and what's her fucking other Lily Phillips, so her name is, like, just the average person in the Gen Z is like sitting there like, I'm just racking up body counts. Like, what a time to be in, but also what a dangerous time to be in with everything else going on out here. And now to the point where we have goon culture. You know, no Chase, I think we're old enough, right? I think you're not. When we said nigga goon squad, it has a different meaning now. If we got goon culture, it has a different meaning to say goon squad. Goon squad said me and my niggas, we about to just run up on this shit. Now, the goon squad might be something totally different, my guy. Totally different. Totally different. It's something to think about.
That actually sounds really wholesome and dope. It is. So how do we go from what you're describing to the Goonicide story? The Harper's Bazaar article does an amazing deep dive into the greater Gooner culture. And while it does discuss the world of gooning as a world full of porn addicts, it also points out probably
whoa. Let me see it. Dude, look at what it says underneath. So it's classified as loneliness, porn, next frontier. porn's next frontier, and the dream of endless masturbation. That's what is put as Goon Squad, loneliness, porn's next frontier, and the dream of endless masturbation. Wild work.
Gooning as a world full of porn addicts. It also points out probably the most shocking thing that I'm going to say to a lot of people who will watch this video. There actually is no such thing as porn addiction. Yes, according to the DSM-5, aka the official code book of mental illness and disorders in America, this may shock a lot of you watching, especially if you're like me and regularly see advertisements for porn addiction recovery online. And going into this project, I was not aware of this fact, but that leads me to believe that most American men on the internet, maybe using pornography, are also unaware that there's technically nothing addictive about porn.
Some people
Please explain.
Make the assumption that masturbating regularly or consistently daily is an addiction, that they shouldn't be doing that, especially if they're partnered.
Dating is not an addiction. Foodie calls is even not an addiction. It's a strategy. Dating's not an addiction. Gooning is an addiction. Porn's not an addiction. Can we get down to that part? Like that's important. Like
that they shouldn't be doing that, especially if they're partnered. Depending on whatever background they came from, whether it's a religious background, they shouldn't be masturbating at all. So any masturbation is addictive behavior. And so we don't, as people who diagnose that in any way compulsive or addictive. It's just maybe they have something incongruent with their moral values or their religious values that they have to work out. Maybe there's some shame reduction that we have to do, but it's pretty normal to masturbate. Like most people masturbate. So normalizing that. When it crosses over into compulsion, there is an inability to stop when you would want to stop. And I think that's the distinction that starts to make me think we're moving in a direction. So
wait. She might have to. I might have to rewind that. Like,
hold up.
If we're at a point where we're dealing with people who are doing something that they're at a point where they don't stop when they know that they should or want to stop, and they continue. Is that not an addiction? This is my thought. Is that not an addiction?
It's like, okay, I want to do it today. I'm feeling it. And then tomorrow I don't want to do it, but I do it anyway. And then I feel disgusted with myself because I did it anyway. And I think I felt out of control.
Sure.
Or there's something in my brain that's telling me I have to do it, even when I have like the desire to take a break or to abstain for a while, not for like moralistic reasons, but just because maybe I have something else to do that I'd prefer to do. Then we have people who are not able to maintain their life responsibilities because the behavior of porn use, often accompanied, like you said, with masturbation, has gotten in the way. In the over a decade I've seen clients, I've only had one client who wasn't able to go to class anymore, who started replacing connection with their friends and their family members with porn use. And so
you're replacing your first of all, you're replacing your friends and your family with porn use. How is that possible? Like how do you first of all, this is just me. And I'm just thinking this because I don't know. I know I've had bouts where I've had sex with women or a partner several times in a day where I am tired out and I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm like, I am not there. I am too tired. I am too worn out. Like I am not in the mood. I'm almost at the point of hurting. The point that you say that you're even cutting out your friendships because of porn's in the way. Like you can't masturbate that many times in a day, or can you? Like, aren't you crippled pretty much at that point? I mean, damn, think about it. Whether you girl or guy, you probably got some scar tissue going on. Like you've been at it for a while. Like you need to give yourself a break. You need to fall asleep and take a nap. Like you need a whole day sleep. Like because you're doing a whole lot.
That I would say that's a sexual compulsion where somebody might call it an addiction. It's behavior where you are out of control because all of the responsibilities that you have and that you would like to dedicate your time and attention to are secondary to your porn use.
Right.
And you need more. There's another piece. And you need to use more of it more often. And you're often seeking types of porn that, when I talked about that disgust and that like pleasure, like you need different types, more novelty. It has to get more disgusting to you or more arousing to you. And so you're beyond your scope of what you actually in your normal life would find attractive.
And that's what sounds like EDP. Because he said he can't even get his shit up until he sees like a girl totally being demolished, like a threesome type crazy ass shit when it comes to other guys. Like
active or arousing. So that's when I would be like, okay, that's diagnosable in someone. Like that's something that would need treatment, would need intervention, would need a lot of care. I would get into with that particular type of person. Tell me more about what you think it means that you do. So is it, I'm a bad person?
I'm sorry. She's talking and I kind of tuned out because it just hit. It was in my mind. I don't think I would be great at it, but could I be a sex therapist? Like, could I really put myself in that position to do that? What about you? What about you guys? Do you believe that do you believe that you would have the temperament, the mindset, and the commitment to be a sex therapist? Like,
you think it means that you do. So is it, I'm a bad person, I'm going to hell, and they're just terrified? Like, I don't want to do it because I know one time God can forgive me. 2 times, I'm probably going to hell.
Oh, he must have blocked out stuff. Yeah, it must be something really bad. Something wrong. Goon World. Oh, now I'm really curious. Now I'm curious what was there. I'm curious. Now I'm highly curious. What was there? It said Goon World. I kind of now I got to see Goon. I'm gonna say Goon World. I just need to know. I need to see if that's an intro or an exit or intro or an outro. I said exit. That was crazy. Like, is that a thing? Goon World intro outro. Like, can I? It doesn't seem like I can find it. There's a lot of content on Gooners, by the way. Let's go find something a little bit more recent. I feel like I am highly curious at the moment. Let's go look for a video instead of a short. Of course, the World Cup. Nope, that's politics. Nope, that's a year ago. That's a month ago. Oh no, that's okay. So that must be his first video. Okay, nope, doesn't seem like we have anything that really goes outside of that. It's very interesting, the idea of the goon culture type of thing that's going about. Very, very, very interesting. So I do have one more thing that we can go through, one more piece of content that we can go through, and it's something that just literally happened like a day, like if not yesterday, then the day beforehand, right? And I don't know how much we're gonna be able to cover in it, so that I might have to get myself ready by getting my X account just so we can cover a little bit more details. I have no idea what this is going to be about, but I do know I started looking a little bit more into it, and I'm trying to be very careful because I don't want this stream to come down because of some things that are in it. But I don't want to say no more outside of that. So let's get into it, and then I'm gonna ask you guys what you think about it later. Let's go.
All right, so Stable Ronaldo, Marlon, and FaZe Rug might have just changed this streamer's life. Now, this whole thing starts with all three of them on stream together. I guess they had a segment going on, or probably was collabing or something, and they were getting ready to end stream and decided to just give back to their community by gifting subs and eventually raiding a streamer known as Nitro Camden. And I honestly think from this point on, his life may be forever changed.
Marlon raided me? Yo, how many people do we got in? We got a hype train? Thank you for the bitch.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, Lady Gaga!
Yo, I gotta fuck with it.
So funny shit.
I gotta fuck
That's
with
cool.
it.
It's time to raid. Hey!
Bruh.
He had no idea what was about to happen to him. No clue.
Alright, Slake, rated for me, please. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for watching. And
yeah. Now, this situation is very serious. I just want to just preface this by saying that discusses the topic of, domestic violence and things like that and abuse.
We'll get
So
into that.
if you're real sensitive, I would just suggest you kind of skip past some of these parts. But I think this situation sheds light on what
But
a lot
we're
of people
adults here.
really go through in real life.
We're adults here. We can handle it. We can handle it. Hopefully he's not gonna go into the whole how graphic the shit is, because I don't think we can show that on YouTube. No, in fact, I know we can't show that on YouTube. But so hopefully he goes as I found this on YouTube. Hopefully he's not stupid enough to
It
put
was
it
just broadcasted on a live stream. Now, like I said, they were going through raiding people, and Stable Ronaldo just so happened to raid Nitro Cam.
So in case you don't know, Stable Ronaldo is a big he's a pretty big, not like super like Kai or whatever, but like he is a pretty big streamer on Twitch. And let's just say this, on an average stream, I don't know that much about him, but I did take a look at some of his other content. On a regular night, not a big night, on a regular night, he has about 10,000 people watching him. 10K people watching him on a regular night. So he decided to raid this guy. He decided to raid Nitro Camden, who's been doing this for a long time. And on average, he's kind of like me. Like, he only has like 2, 3, maybe even 5 people watching him. And all of a sudden he gets raided with 10,000 people. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? You've been grinding for so many years. And I don't mean like almost a decade. And all of a sudden you go from like 5, 4 people, whatever, and then you get hit with 10,000. But what happens afterwards? Whew.
Was pretty excited like anybody else would, and this situation just blew completely out of proportion from this point on. Now, his mom hearing this, and I'm thinking it was around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, I believe, she was pretty fed up, saying that it was time for him to leave.
I literally have never had this much people in here before, bro. I'm just trying to like, mama, I have 10,000 people. I have 10,000 people in here.
I'd be hyped.
Are you taking my son? I'm not doing anything. I have 10,000 people in here. Why are you in the camera? I have 10,000 people in here. They just raided me. Why are you taking my mama? Why are you taking my? Stop. Why? Because I'm trying to stream. So you can call the police because I'm streaming. I have 10,000 people in here watching. I just got raided. Why are you? So I have to get out because I'm streaming too. I am. I literally just got raided. I can't just have. Bro, I just got raided.
That is a make or break
Can
moment.
I not stay on for like 5 minutes?
That's literally
but
a
you didn't have to
legit
take
make
my
or break
stuff.
moment.
I'm on stream. I just said I was getting off.
They're all watching you while laying in a bed. You finna get kicked out and you're worried about this.
Did you hear that? I'm watching like she says you got all the other shit that they literally you can be they could be watching you while laying in the bed. You just got, and this also tells me that his mother's out of touch. She has no fucking clue about streaming at all, whatsoever. Not even a fucking clue.
Like,
the brother
at
walks
one point, you gotta just. All right, bro. Okay. All right. Never gonna get this opportunity again. All right. Me? What am I doing? I have an attitude every time. This happens to be the only time that I actually blew up. That somebody jumped.
Now, anybody who just got raided by some big streamers who's sending tens of thousands of viewers to your chat will be excited, bro. Like, he probably was grinding for years and realized that his life would change. So, of course, I'm be dancing around, be happy, be hype. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm not going to be quiet at this time. And it got so bad to the point where she actually assaulted him on stream. Like, you just have to see this, bro. I'm probably going to have to blur some of this so I don't get my video taken down or anything like that. But, yeah, this is an insane situation.
Please blur that out. By the way, I've seen it.
Move.
Now you see. Well, close enough.
Go get your stuff. You gotta go. Go. Go get your stuff. Go get your clothes and stuff. Go. Go.
How y'all feel about that?
And then go. I hate to have to call police on you. Go ahead and go. You're done. I'm not playing this game.
Look at this chat flying.
Go.
If ever. Oh my God. She's gonna bite him there.
My house. Everything. This is all mine. Get out. Get out. Get out of my house. You're not welcome anymore. Get out. We'll be prepared for the police to come put you out there. Says you don't think your stupid ass have to get out. You're 18, dummy. You don't have to live in my house. Great, but I'm letting
you hear that? You're 18. You don't have to be in my house no more, stupid. Now, let me ask you guys something. Do you believe that this is the first time he's gone through this? Keep in mind, no, I don't want to say anything because I've already seen all this. I've been going through this for this was a good portion of my early day. I don't want to say what's going on, but do you think this is the first time he's gone through this? Wait till you find out. Like, wait till you hear more. We can get into it later. But I'm just like really lining that up for you. Like, think about his situation. Because I was first seeing this, the first thing I thought about was IShowSpeed. But I don't recall IShowSpeed's mom physically abusing him. Yelling, for sure. Turn that shit down, blah, 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 blah. But this is crazy. Oh, no. That was not a kiss. It's blurred out. She tried to bite the nigga. Like, they say, like, take a bite out of crime. She's trying to leave marks in the nigga's face. She's trying to bite the nigga. That's not a kiss. She's trying to leave teeth marks. Try to give the nigga a whole tetanus.
You know, because you're getting out at 6 o'clock tomorrow. When I wake up, you get your ass up and you're getting out. I'm not gonna keep blatantly disrespecting me. I told you to lay down.
I told you to lay down.
You try to act like you don't break rules, but you do this every other time. I walk past the room and I'm like, why is the light still on? I'm exercising. You should have been did that. It's like, your ass down.
By the way,
okay, that's what I'm saying. See me in the bed. Okay.
This boy, this guy, this young guy, this fresh adult, he's now 18. Now, I'm not saying, let's be honest. When you're 18, you're still pretty much a kid. Like, you don't really know much about the world. You just got out of school or some shit like that. But, like, he's 18. Living in his mom's house, he's 18. This just happened to us this month. So if we're on the 22nd, this happened on the 20th, let's just say. Wait till you know what? No. I'll cover it when it happens.
I want to lay down. Okay. You don't have to keep babying me to lay down. Okay. Well, we're going to see how much baby it is once I help you pack your shit because you're leaving in the morning. All right. I told you to lay down. So you don't have to lay down. Lay down. Please do not. Lay down.
He's 18. She's telling this nigga to lay down. She trying to put this nigga to bed as an 18-year-old. Let me just ask you guys. I don't know when you moved out of your parents' house. Some of you guys say, I moved out of my house. My parents' house is 16. Well, that's not the majority of people. Did your parents tell you time to fucking turn the lights off? And nigga, I'm going to be in your room. Nigga, lay down like I'm going to tuck you in at 18 years old. Did that happen to y'all? It ain't happening to me. Lay down, nigga. Did that happen to y'all at 18? At 18, no chaser. Lay down, nigga. Go to sleep.
Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down.
So she just bit him on the face and said that he provided no value to the household and decided to call the police on him, bro. I don't care how mad you are at your child. No parent should ever abuse their child, especially somebody that just turned 18 like 8 days ago.
So at this time right now, when we're reviewing this, he's been 18 for 12 days. 12 days. He is 12 days old as an adult. And this is what happens to him. It gets worse.
Where you could just simply talk to them, you know, have a conversation. You don't got to put your hands on him just because he was too loud and decided to, you know, go over his curfew. And it's not that deep. He's going into adulthood and you're giving him a curfew, telling him he got to be, you know, asleep at a certain time or quiet down at a certain time. Like, bro, that's like literally prison.
It was, you're not going to keep blatantly disrespecting me and think you stayed in
What does she even do?
You bring absolutely no value to this house.
Sorry, guys.
Barely clean up.
You're going to hear Twitch messages, and for those who are not really used to Twitch, you're going to hear some TTS from people on Twitch.
This room. You only take out the trash when I say that it needs to be taken out. You don't do anything. You should have did that hours ago. You've been at home all fucking day instead of playing video games. Fucking 40-year-old virgin in his mama's basement.
Oh my God. The nigga is 12 days into being an adult, and his mom, his mother, the person that gave birth to him, is saying, nigga, you're on your way to being a fucking 40-year-old virgin. Where the support? This is your mother, not stepmother, not grandmother, not auntie, not foster parent. This is your mother, the person that gave birth to you, says this. 40, nigga, he hasn't even touched 20. 40? He hasn't touched 20 yet. His high school diploma is not even cold yet. It's August. He must have gotten it in June. This is the month after a full month. It's not even cold yet. It hasn't even gone through 3 months of him having a fucking diploma. And this is how he's treated.
Passion for something. Don't listen.
His 18th birthday was 10 days ago, by the way.
You didn't. If the rule is to get off it and you don't understand every fucking night. Say no, that's not true. Yesterday I did.
Clip this and run it up.
And then it wasn't even just that. It matters. It's my passion. You and I succeed in it. Okay, well then yeah, it matters to me. So I can succeed. You don't know how long I've been training for one thing. You don't have to care. If I tell you to get off at a certain
Part of the problem, and I'm not trying to be like non-sympathetic to the parent side of this. I've gone through it as a young person living in my parents' house. But this also stems from the fact that the parent, her, does not understand social media. But also, the parent, her, doesn't believe that her son can be that. Like, and let me just say this. And I'm gonna say this. I need to say this like full screen to you. I have no kids. But there are a lot of parents who, quite frankly, appreciate you. You see Ann up in there and sub to the channel. Appreciate you. There are plenty of parents who they believe, whether they're immigrants or whether they're regular people, they come through and what they think is that you need to follow a particular path. It's the only way to succeed. So you need to go to school, get good grades. You leave school, you go to college, you get a degree, then you get another degree, and you get another degree, and then you get certificates after that. Also, you can beg somebody for a job, and then you can make a shit ton of money. When the truth of the matter is, like, the same way how you could make money banking on yourself in content creation or online or making your own business or whatever, is the same way you're going to have to do all that stuff banking on yourself by trying to go into the education system. The only difference between the path that she's basically trying to put him on and the path that he's taking is that you have to think about which one brings you more information quickly and more debt in the long run. But also, as a parent, don't you want to promote your kids' dreams? Like, just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it's not obtainable or it's not something. Like, if you don't understand your kid's dream, also, let me just say this. You don't understand your kid. There's technology that you will never be privy to. And if your kid is interested in something, and if your kid is following something, let's be honest. I'm gonna just be honest. When I was around 18, as much video games as I played, there's no way on God's green earth that my parents were going to support me being a gamer online. Like, because they couldn't see it. Now, 10 so years after that, when so many fuck 10, more, 15 years after that, then they can, oh my God, yeah, people can make a shit ton of money. Yeah, absolutely be a gamer. I'm already moved out your house. I already been doing my own thing. I already made too many fucking mistakes. I'm most likely in debt. Like, it's over already. OVAH. It is over. So where was your, and I say this for a lot of parents, like, but also I say this as well. You don't want your kids to fail. That's true, but they may have, there's a reason why they're doing what they're doing. And you should be asking your kids, why do they want to pursue the things that they want to pursue? Why? The questions, the W's that you learned as growing up as an adult is the same question, is the same W's that they had to learn coming into school. So you should be asking, why do they want to pursue this thing? But also, my last part on this, would you not rather them make these mistakes early than chase these dreams as a full fucking fledged adult when they don't have any fucking real responsibilities, any real debt, would you not rather make them make these mistakes now and learn all the things they have to learn now when they basically have as much risk that they can make now? You can't really make those risks when you're so much older. Like me. Like, would you not rather have them learn that shit early? It's just, yes, the Gran Turismo, yes. Someone who was a gamer that actually became a professional race car fucking driver. Thank you for saying that. I didn't even think about that. You're absolutely correct, though, because I remember that. Let them do it while they're fucking early. But as far as I can tell from like a lot of stuff, like, she already dubbed the nigga as a failure. And the truth of the matter about content creation, which is why I'm not shitting on it and I keep doing what I'm doing. Oh, you ain't getting no fucking views, Resla. You don't do this and you don't do that and you can't get this and you can't get that. Something that's said by all content creators, from younger to older. Don't quit, because the game is not about you being the best. Sometimes the game, just like life, one more time, just like life, it's about luck. But you can't get lucky if you're not in it. Same way, you can't hit the lotto if you don't fucking play. You're not going to just buy a ticket randomly one day and just win. That doesn't work for everybody. There are people who put in God knows how much money into the lotto system a week. But if you never put money into the lotto system, you never are going to win. So she doesn't understand the significance of her son being a streamer for so long and having 1 or 2 or 5 fucking people watching him to having 10,000. She doesn't fucking get it, which means she's never been supportive of him.
Okay with not caring about me. I fully understand.
I don't care what's in your twisted mind because you're still not listening. It goes off of what I say the rule is. You can't just do what you want to do. But you keep doing it.
And I honestly feel for him, man. Like, I didn't go through the exact same situation where I got assaulted by, my parents or my mom or whatever. But I know how it feels to go through situations with my mom at like 16, 17, 18. She doesn't listen to reason. And whatever she says goes because it's her household. It's just an uphill battle that you will never honestly win in the long run if you stay in that situation. You just have to leave. And in situations like these, you'll find yourself fighting your thoughts. You know what I mean? You literally
somewhere else. I'm somewhere else in my head. Sorry, I got a weird text. I was watching my text. My bad. 1, 2, 3. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that sounds about right.
Same situation where I got assaulted by, my parents or my mom or whatever. But I know how it feels to go through situations with my mom at like 16, 17, 18. She doesn't listen to reason. And whatever she says goes because it's her household. It's just an uphill battle that you will never honestly win in the long run if you stay in that situation. You just have to leave. And in situations like these, you'll find yourself fighting your thoughts. You know what I mean? You literally did nothing wrong in this situation other than just be a human. She's 100% wrong for this. And that's how it usually is in these black households. I'm gonna be honest, bro. It honestly really happens to my...
Well, here's my thing. I don't want to say that it's just the black households. Do I say I know more black families who do it than other races? Yes, but this is not strictly a black household thing. There are Asians, mainly the Asian women, because I know more Asian women than I do Asian men. So this happens in Asian households, this happens in Hispanic households, and this happens in white households. I don't know many Indian people. I know some, but not too many. But I'm pretty sure just based on how parents look at things and what they consider to be success, especially if they're immigrants, it's no different. This is not a success thing. This is the evolution of the marketplace and technology, and a lot of people not understanding what's available versus what is already been proven to be the general path, so to speak. Your parents only know one way to go. There's a new avenue that opened up that you see success in, and they just can't grasp it. There's no way in hell that my parents, never mind my grandparents, would have ever saw that playing video games would be viable in the future. The same way when I was growing up as a child, no adult ever thought that the internet was going to be the most important thing in the world. This is why you always hear me also have a big slogan my big phrase is when I say you don't know what you don't know. So it's your job to learn.
People. Some parents are just old school and don't really believe in the whole streaming content creation thing. And they want you to get a conventional job, a traditional job, clock in, clock out.
That guarantees you nothing. You can lose your job tomorrow.
Which I believe that he said that he got, right? I think he had about 2 jobs, I believe. I don't know if I can find the clip. If I do, I'll show it on the screen. But yeah, man, like they're never going to understand how certain things go until they see it for themselves. And even then, it's some parents that just like from the islands or, from another country that will never truly understand this shit. Now, his mom will proceed to expose her character in front of tens of thousands of viewers, saying that she has access to all his money via his bank accounts and took his phone, saying that she emptied one of his bank accounts and is trying to get into the other ones. She also admits to getting child support from their father while taking his money that I just said. Just disgusting.
What about all this senior expensive stuff? It's a win-win. The child support don't matter either. I'm still getting paid either way. He owes me over $14,000. Either way, I'm still getting paid.
So did you hear that shit? Let me play it back for you one more again, right? This chick basically said, I don't care, basically, you can get out my house. Because your dad owes me. First of all, can we just calm down on that for a moment? The man could have just disappeared, whatever. Unless the man is like, basically, I want my kids or whatever. If the man just disappeared off the fucking face of the earth or whatever, and you couldn't find him, he doesn't owe you anything. Like, unless the man literally trying to take care of his kids or whatever, the fact that you say he owes you, but it also tells me this: you don't see your children as people who should be prominent and be open my mind to other shit, right? Oh my gosh. Let me talk to you guys real quick. This does not show me that your children are people that you're looking at as being viable candidates for being important in the future, or someone that's worthy of doing other shit. You look at your kids as a burden. You look at your kids as a cash cow. You only see your sons, and you don't see viable people who could be something beneficial to the future, to your future, even if you want to be that fucking selfish. You only see them as mistakes that you made, and you only see them as dollar signs to be capitalized on because you made said mistake. You don't see them as people. You don't see them as something great. You don't see them as something that you want. You never wanted those kids. I wholeheartedly believe that parents who treat their kids like this never wanted their kids. And by the way, this is why I also say a lot of kids that are born are oops babies. They're not made with intention. They're created from back shots and Hennessy. And you don't believe in the potential of your kids, but you'll sit there and you'll have them even be up under the roof, and you want child support or whatever the case may be. But did that guy file for child support? Like, did he do that? Why is it you didn't give the kids why you didn't give the kids to the guy? Let's say if he did. Why didn't you give the kids to the guy so that he could raise them so you can have your freedom? Because why? You would get no fucking bread. So you're not just going to ruin your life because you don't have the potential to do what you want to do, because you don't have any freedom, because you're looking at money. But now you're going to ruin the very lives that you had when, honestly, they could have had a better fucking life. Could have. We don't fucking know. But we can't say just based on all we looking here that the life is any fucking better. You're fucking abusing the children that you have under your roof. Like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck are you doing? And I'm gonna just say this. If you're looking at your children and you're thinking that your child is a failure, that's your fucking fault. This kid is 18, fresh 18, right? But where were you from year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? Where were you? And if your idea was like, I was just at work, that explains everything. Not saying that work is not important, but when you decided to have a kid, that was also important. The idea, I just shoved the kid off to school and I'll just let the school education system take care of them. Like, maybe you also wouldn't look at your kid as a fucking wash if you invested in your kid by giving them extracurricular activities. Karate, fucking math, fucking tutoring, whatever. Put them in tennis or whatever sport, whatever the fuck. Give karate, like, you can give them fucking extracurricular activities, and maybe you wouldn't be looking at your kids as a fucking loser when they're done. Let's be honest. If you're sending your kid to school, if your idea of raising your kid to school is that all I got to do is just feed him, send their ass to bed on time, and send them to school, and that's the end of your tutelage as a parent, you're washed. You didn't do your kid the utmost due diligence. You can't be mad at how your kid turns out. If you were thinking about getting your hair and your nails did and hanging out with your friends and doing girls' nights and all kind of other shit, and the only thing you thought you had to do was put your kids to school, feed them, and send them to the fucking bed on time. If you thought that was your responsibility as a parent, you fucking failed. My personal opinion. You don't have to like it, and I don't care if you don't like it. It is what it is.
Taking his money that I just said, just disgusting.
Oh, by the way, the little money that he was making on, say, Kick or whatever, I don't even know if it was something donated to him, maybe his dad or whatever. But this chick said, I'm gonna take all that money from you. You're not gonna get a dime. Because the accounts, he never had he's fresh 18. He never had a bank account. He never had a bank account.
Worry about all this senior expensive stuff. It's a win-win. The child support don't matter either. I'm still getting paid either way. He owes me over $14,000. Either way, I'm still getting paid. I don't care. So hear me. I've already took away your phone. I've already emptied out one of your accounts. I just can't get.
I already emptied out one of your accounts. Why did she bring it up? Because she probably hates the father. And she's been treating the kids bad. Because she hates the father. What's the acronym that they call it? It's BSB. Bitter single bitch is what they call it. Think about it. And she just emptied out one of those accounts. So let's see that again.
Took away your phone. I've already emptied out one of your accounts. I just can't get the other one because I don't know why it won't let me. Because I'm not putting no money towards any of your accounts. You're not getting a dime from me. A dime. You're gonna figure out the hard way that you are fucking up your own life.
Now we see all this on.
You're not getting a dime from me. I emptied out one of your accounts and I just can't get access into the other one. So let's just assume that one of those accounts are, say, as a content creator, let's just say one of the accounts are Kick, one of the accounts are Twitch. Maybe she got access to the Twitch one, but she doesn't have access to the Kick one. And I think because Twitch is more close to your bank account, but Kick, I'll say this for myself, Kick is a Stripe account. So like, take your pick on how you want to look at that. But she's like, I already emptied out one of account and I haven't emptied the other account because I just haven't had access to it. This is your hero? Are these the people that's going to be promoted? Like, seriously?
Stream, and we hear all this on stream. Just imagine how she is off the camera. Like, she's probably much worse. And the only thing that completely stopped her from just being who she is was him telling her that they were live in front of tens of thousands of viewers.
She has cameras. If I don't know if y'all can see, it's literally right here. If y'all
camera in his room.
Can't see that?
Look at that.
Gang, are you dead ass gang?
That's her camera.
What the? Yo, we dealing.
Is that the microphone she be speaking out in?
Yeah. So she puts camera in your room. Now this gotta be a prank, bro.
I'm telling you.
And during the situation where he was going back and forth with his mom, and I believe she was trying to take up more stuff from his setup and try to take stuff back that she apparently bought for him, he was saying, how am I younger than you, but I'm more mature? I mean, it's pretty obvious that the grown-up in this situation can't control her emotions. Just to simply have a conversation with her son about what she thinks he's doing is wrong, instead of just lashing out.
Stop touching my stuff.
I'm not going to make her sit outside.
Right, and you still doing this. Very immature. How am I younger than you and I'm more mature?
Don't think you are, but
not
okay.
pushing against me. Jeez.
I don't think he was being more mature. I just think he was trying to be as rational as possible given the current situation.
She just needs to
Family, by the
She's not
way.
in
So-called
the
family.
She's fine.
Family is not who's all blood related.
And it's
At
not.
all.
That's why
I know that for sure. I
Get
know
out
that.
here.
You've shown that.
Kim,
Just stop
I'm losing my
touching
patience.
me. I don't
He has to
care.
go.
Now you mad? You hurt about her words. I don't
No,
care.
because I don't
She
care
are.
anymore. So he has to go.
You never cared from the start. You said you kicked me out.
When I smacked the shit out of him,
Hit me. Please hit
trying
me.
to tell you, just let her hit me.
I was talking to
He said, please hit me. Please hit me. Let her hit me. That's what he said. That's the thing he's used to then. Because he's trying to like make sure that it's known that it happens on stream.
control my emotions when I was like 5 years old, bro. Like honestly, probably way before that. It shouldn't take no grown ass woman to not crash out on a son. This is disgusting. With a mom like this, yeah, he was 100% cooked. Apparently, she's a teacher at his school, and after all this, yeah, she's definitely gonna lose her job. During this whole situation,
I wonder if she's going to lose her job. I'm waiting. I'm low key hoping. But think about it. She's a teacher at his school. By the way, the job that he's waiting to get is actually at his school. And now he's thinking he can't even work at that school because his mom already fucking works there.
Nitro Camden was trending on Twitter with a post saying mom confronts Twitch streamer during surprise raid, with like thousands of posts going up about the situation, with the big clip pages posting everything. And you know they like to post every single clip. I'm glad they made this go viral.
Right there, mom confronts Twitch streamer Nitro Camden. Yes, you're number one trending on Twitter. You're number one. You made it.
Not number one,
bro,
but
even on my TikTok, every scroll is him, bro.
Stable Ronaldo will respond to this situation as well, saying, what the F is wrong with people? Try to help a smaller streamer and his mom does this. And Ron was not the only streamer to support. It was a lot of streamers in his chat gifting subs to him, like Madi, Kello, Yugi, and Senna. Just gifting him thousands of subs. Senna even reached out, hopping in a call, trying to help him and giving him motivation.
That's I dead ass can't watch that. I can't watch that. That is not a fucking mother. What?
Shit.
Can she be locked the fuck up?
Get all of her children away from her.
Does she have any other? No, genuinely, I hope she loses all her kids. I hope she does.
Me too.
I don't care how mad you get. You do not do this. I have never had a parent do that. I don't even want to. I don't want to play this. To be honest, I don't want to play this.
Shout out to
And put
Senna.
him in a fucking headlock and smack him in the face. In the fucking face. That's your. I hope she gets her. Bro, I hope she gets her ass beat. That ass. I hope someone finds her and beats her ass. Is what I hope. Sorry. I do. I hope she gets exactly what the she put him through. That is fucking crazy. Cam, if you can just message me privately, I don't want to. I feel weird doing a call with people. I message you privately, and I want to figure out some stuff with your money situation, so I can make sure I can try to send you the money on CashApp or something, so you can get a hotel or whatever, even if it's something to just get out of there for a few nights. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So,
thank you, sir.
But I don't want to do that outside of the call and everything like that, and just try to help. I don't want to do this, like doing it live is just kind of weird. And so I just want to, I'll do that to you off stream. I'll talk to you off stream, but I needed to get in contact with you so I can do that, because I don't want to send you some subs and then you're stuck. You know what I mean? And the subs are going to your mom and she has your account. I don't want to do that. So
that's a fact.
If you could just message me and we'll figure that out. Okay.
All right, yes, ma'am. Thank you again, Senator. I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, with the yes, ma'am.
Anything, please, bro. Like I know a lot of people are gonna see this, and it's probably not the publicity you want, bro. But I don't think anybody's gonna see that and think you did anything wrong. So please keep your head up, bro. That's the least I can say. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you again.
After this, Senna will send him an undisclosed amount of money. I'm guessing it was a lot based on his reaction.
I'm sending him 2 payments because my bank won't let me send it all at once. So I told him I'm going to send him the other part of it in the next few days.
Oh my fucking gosh. Why did she do that? Why did she do that? Senna, you did not have to do that. Oh my fucking gosh. Oh my gosh.
This is what it's all about with the streaming.
You guys want to take a guess on how much Senna sent him? You guys want to take a guess? You want to take a guess on how much Senna's fine ass sent him? You want to take a guess?
community, man. Like a situation like this, people got to put all their differences aside and just support somebody like this that really needs help. I'm sure it's a lot of other people out there for sure that's in the same situation. So just seeing this situation could give other people courage to just stand up, you know, leave that toxic situation that they're probably in. That's similar to Nitro Camden's.
I got you.
Thank you, Core.
Life.
See.
Perfect timing, Cam. Perfect timing, bro. God work, gang.
Yeah,
You know we just talked about last week.
He's been dealing with this for a year straight.
Police might have to come here though.
She would also call the police on him, and they would end up being there when he was on a call with Senna.
She can call police.
That's crazy.
Call police. Okay. Yeah, call the police.
No. Tomorrow, no.
Don't leave the cash. Yeah.
Nah, we're not saying our number.
It's okay. Call the police.
You ready?
All right, boys. Hey, let me go get a pencil.
Bro?
I don't know. She called the police.
She called the police?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for them to pull up.
This gonna go bad for her, bro.
Right. Oh yeah, and I'm recording on the GoPro, so.
Also,
And on the GoPro, smart.
You run into the police, make it clear that everything's recorded, all right?
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
And you do have proof.
Can I get your?
Proof her choking you and punching you. You had your hands up the whole time, so make sure that's clear. And the Clippers got you, so you'll be good.
And I didn't even think about how viral TikTok is. Like, that's literally the app that made iShow Speed blow up. And I fully expect the same thing to happen in Camden, because Speed was going through the same thing with his mom. I'm not sure if she assaulted him, but he was going through the same situation. He was eventually forced to get out of there. And this whole time, his friends in Discord were doing everything to help him find a place to stay and even get him a phone because she took his phone. And it's crazy how people on the internet can believe in you more than your own family. From everything I've seen in this situation, it was nothing he did to warrant her to take it that far. And honestly, I don't think anything unless your life is in danger so warrant you to put your hands on your own kid. A simple convo would have been enough, like I said. But I'm glad this got exposed live so he can
more mama.
Eventually get out of that situation and change his life for the better. And when he
try adding a 1 and a 0 in there.
Turned 18 last week, she gave him a birthday card that said, "Happy birthday, get out." Just look at this. He will also show another clip from about almost a year ago where he was about to get kicked out as well, and he didn't know if he was going to be able to stream again.
All right, y'all, as y'all see, man, this video is different. It's not even a video.
Well, he's way looking different.
Basically, I probably won't be able to stream, upload, or anything anymore, man. Basically getting kicked out, so, you know, wherever that journey takes me, I'm going to be there, you know? But, yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that like the reels or just seeing the videos, you know what I'm saying? Came across your feed and you smile and laugh, or whatever the case may be. But hopefully I'll be back soon, man. We'll see. You know, but I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. As y'all can see, yeah, it looks pretty bad. Whatever else, dead ass a speed treatment, man. But no LED lights. Probably not gonna go to homecoming. So anybody that said homecoming or shit like that, probably not. Anybody I see at school, you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be chilling, you know what I'm saying? But not the same. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man. Just keep God in y'all life, man. Keep praying. If y'all going through anything, man, keep praying, man. God got y'all.
This is obviously a recurring situation because she just felt so comfortable to just strike him on the back of his head and bite him and all that other stuff. Like, bro, what parent does that? Like, the most I got was yelling. You know, I did get punched in the chest before, you know, stuff like that. And a lot of people are going to say, you know, that's just scolding or whatever, bro. That's abuse, man. And I honestly didn't see the light until I got older. But yeah, she's definitely going to lose.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Her job, bro. Like it's cooked for her. It's all over the internet. She's trying to take his money, drain his accounts. That's a crime. 100% over for her, bro. But I wish Nitro Camden the best. If you're new to the channel, make sure you join the Discord. I'm in there every single day. It's Fargo.
So there's more to it than just that, right? So I'm gonna go to my I'm gonna go to my X. This is dangerous, folks. You know how X is. I'm gonna try to be very, very careful on my X. So I'm gonna just okay. There's a lot. Ooh, there's a lot going on. Let's try to feel through a couple of things, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so here I'm gonna hold up. I'm going here. Here. Let's do this, and that should. Nope. We'll just do a whole side by side, and I'm gonna pull this to the side. See if I can make this larger. Looks like I can do that. Okay, so I'm going to hit the full on this. Yeah, I don't need to see any other suspect stuff that happens on Twitter or X rather. And so you guys can get a little bit more conscious of the situation.
Everybody was against me. What?
Show your birthday card.
Oh, my birthday card?
Show the birthday cards you got to, bro.
Yeah.
It's a little game.
So we seen this one. That was with his guys. Then they told him to show the birthday card. All right, which is crazy. Let's see. Gotta make sure I scroll Twitter properly because y'all guys know shit is crazy. Because when they show the beating is not blurred. So I gotta make sure I don't show that from X. We saw the conversation that happened with Cinna. We saw the conversation that happened with Cinna when she was talking to him on that one stream. I want to make sure I give as much so we can get a good idea of what's going on with him. Because there's some post stuff that happened. So let's just get a little bit into it. I'm trying to put this as best as I can into chronological order because he had a whole lot of different streamers reach out. Which is honestly so fucking lucky, but also really, really fucking cool. Really, really cool. Let me go look at my. Maybe I can do it this way. Hold up. Let me do it. Let me see if I could do it this way. Because honestly, I might have to talk about this later. Oh, by the way, how much money you think as of today? Because something got leaked. How much money you think he made? So, Mama, you already know. You said seriously. That's how much was given. How much do you think he's made so far, as of recently? And I mean that's not just the money. So I could tell you right now. Oh no, I don't want to tell you. I could just pretty much try to give you guys the details for it. Hold up. You could just do that. You could just run with that. I'm gonna play this one. Okay, I'm gonna pause that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show this one so you guys can see it. So I'm gonna try to give you as much deets as possible before I start thinking about what I wanna cover on it. Nope. You're being a pain in the ass. Screenshots, window. Okay, cool. Here we go. I'm gonna do this real quick. So this is something that Santa said. I'm gonna make sure that my audio's up. Yep. Oh, nope, it's not. And something's playing. What is playing? I don't want you guys to hear that. Whatever the hell's playing. Give me a moment. I got audio playing. There you go. Got rid of that. I don't know what the hell. That was music that I had playing in the background, so I couldn't have you. I don't want you guys hearing that. And here we go.
I can do what I can to try to send him some money so he can get a hotel and get out of there.
It's not the money.
You know what I mean?
Money. It's not even the money. We just need him to get there safe. We need him to get there safe. And have a phone. We need him to have a phone in the morning.
That's what I mean. Get out of that situation. Take that money. Even if you got to go get a temporary phone, bro. Even if it's some shit, you know what I mean? That's like, bro, you even get one of those, the prepaid phones, anything, something. Just get something. Get the fuck out of there. I can't help you. Like, there's only so much I can do. I don't live there. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna try my best to do what I can to send you some money so you can get out of that situation. So, you know. I didn't want to send you some subs and be on the way. Cam, if you could just message me privately, I would rather handle it privately if that's okay.
Thank you. That is another situation.
All right. I can do it.
So we got that happened with Senna. That's how she dropped him some money so he could be able to move out. He did run around. He was able to go to his family's house, not family's house. He was able to go to his friend's house, but I think this is something that also took place. Oh, this is what Senna said after. Hold up, let's go through this one. Senna said this after her initial meeting with him. So we're gonna do that. We'll play this one because this is also important. Let's see how you guys feel about this.
Some people, everyone can be a mom. Not everyone is a mother. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Everyone can be a mother. Not everyone can be a mom. Let me say that. Everyone can be a mother. Not everyone can be a mom. And that, I hope that woman loses her fucking job. I hope she loses everything.
Remember, the woman's a teacher.
Disgusting person.
So that's how Senna. By the way, Senna, in case you guys didn't know who Senna is a top, she's one of the top, tippity top female streamers on Twitch. This young woman here makes millions by the buttload. She has a shit ton. She has more, and she tries to put her family on too. Her father even makes his own little fucking stuff. Not on her platform. He has his own channel. But she's the creme de la creme in Twitch. Like, believe it or not, if you guys don't know. Some of you guys may have heard like Extra Emily and shit like that. Because she's also a person that makes millions. But like, Senna's up there. She's practically the fucking queen of Twitch. I'm like, in my opinion. What else? Let's see if I can find another one. Oh, wait. I wonder if this one plays it. So we can see. Because there was the brother as well. The brother also had some shit to say during that stream. Yes. So let's just hear.
I've never had this much people in here.
This is during that stream.
I'm just trying to like, Mama, I have 10,000 people. Why are you on? I have 10,000 people in here. I have 10,000.
So we saw this. We saw this part. There was a part where his brother was talking.
I have an attitude every time. This happens to be the only time that I actually blew up. That somebody jumped. It was 10 minutes. I apologized and I said I was getting off. That's simple. I apologize. I did. I said, okay, I will. And there was that many people. You've seen it on the thing. Is this not real, John? It's not. What have I done wrong? I actually want to know. Besides the game, what did I do wrong today? I would love to know. Last time I checked, none of y'all did. I don't care. Do you want me to get out? Say it. Say it.
So
No.
pay attention because he's not talking. It's his brother talking. So apparently, when all this shit is happening with him, she's walking by and running into his brother. And it sounds like his brother's older than he is. So there's a lot of shit that's taking place. And now the mother runs into a problem with the brother. Hear what the brother has to say.
Expect people not to react if you bring them down every single second. And I just asked
Just
you
get.
3 times.
Oh my god, y'all.
Do you want me to get out? Say it. Say it.
You hear the brother? Do you want me to get out? You want me to get out? The brother, you see it in the chat. W brother. The brother's not like, you want me to get out? Because you're going really hard right now. His brother is protecting him. Like, you want me to get out? Because, like, I'm a grown-ass man, too. Like, you doing a lot. And look him throwing his hands up, like, it ain't just me. It's not just me. It's not like he's just the one problem child. Like, this heifer does it to a lot of her children.
Expect people not to react if you bring them down every single second. And I just asked you 3 times.
Oh my god, y'all.
Do you want me to get out? Say it. Say it. You sick of everybody then tell me to get out, and I will get out. Please don't worry about my phone. Don't let that be your concern.
Keep listening.
That had nothing to do with it. I actually just bumped into them. That's what I want. But don't get in my face, man. You know I don't play that. I'll get out. I'm okay, thank you.
Don't get in my face. You know I don't play that. Don't get in my face. You know I don't play that. Like, why you trying to grab him in my face? Like, what you do? The same shit she did to this guy. Like, why you grabbing him in my fucking face? Like, don't do that.
I'm trying to talk to him. I wasn't talking. You just put your hands on me. Because I'm trying to talk to him, to talk sense into him.
You just I'm just ignoring her.
I'm just trying to talk to my child. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. You came behind at all. Hush.
Yo, I don't want God. I hate my fucking life. I fucking hate my life. I swear to God, I can't never just live life. I fucking hate my life. I don't know. I know I'm still alive. I hate my fucking life. You see what the fuck I had to go through, chat? That I've been muting about? You see this shit? Go back to my VODs. You'll see. Shit happens fucking every week. What the fuck I had to go through, bro? I'm tired of this shit. You grown as fuck. I'm walking away. You come up behind me and grab my face. Do not do that.
I'm just chilling, doing my thing. You walk behind my face, grab my fucking face. Don't fucking do that. So she been handsy. By the way. She been handsy.
Don't do that. I'm grown just like you grown.
He throws his hands up because it's like it's a normal occurrence. It's crazy. It's a normal occurrence that takes place. Here's Agent's thoughts on it. Once the situation pretty much unfolded, he gives his point, and I agree with a lot of this, which already gave me a lot of the feeling of what I was thinking about as even me coming up as a young adult. But like, he makes a great point of how there's a big disparaging gap between what we think and what our parents think and how we look at the future, which is why we always have to call why a lot of parents call our values into question, but why we're also calling their values into question, you know?
Damn, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, chat. Growing up for me, my parents never understood this shit. My parents immigrated from Ethiopia to Canada. So, you know, for them, winning, the only way to win in life was to go to school, to get a degree, to get more degrees, to rack up more degrees, and then to get a job as a doctor or engineer. So that's what they would teach us to do. Feel me? Which is okay. That was how they won. But it's impossible to explain to them without evidence that there's a way to win doing so much more now and that so much has changed. You feel me? And so I never tried to change their mind personally. But also, I left home when I was 18 to go to school, and I never went back. On summers, when I had an opportunity to go back for 2 months, I didn't go back. It would just be harder to film. It would be harder to record. It would be harder to stream. I distanced myself not because I don't love them, but because it literally, I would not be able.
Agent is not, sorry, I forget. I have to keep reminding you guys. Agent is actually a very big IRL streamer and content creator on Twitch. So you guys don't know who he is. He's a big content creator. Sin is a big content creator. There's a lot. This is why I say, like, you guys really got to reach outside of these goddamn motherfucking panels. There's a whole world out there. A whole new world. There's a whole world out there. The woman in the blue that's fighting with whatever up here, that's Nitro Camden and his mother from the video that we just watched. This is just Agent when he was really young, when he was doing his gaming shit, when his parents was like, you basically wasting your fucking time. But Agent is actually very fucking big. Like he's got a lot of fucking money. Like he's got brand deals. He's got a whole lot of shit going on. So he's a very big streamer, especially for the Twitch game.
Dude, feel me? Which is okay. That was how they won. But it's impossible to explain to them without evidence that there's a way to win doing so much more now and that so much has changed. You feel me? And so I never tried to change their mind personally. But also, I left home when I was 18 to go to school, and I never went back. On summers, when I had an opportunity to go back for 2 months, I didn't go back. It would just be harder to film. It would be harder to record. It would be harder to stream. I distanced myself, not because I don't love them, but because it literally, I would not be able to pursue YouTube around my family. It would be impossible for me to actually stream or to make YouTube videos. And I didn't need them to understand. But I knew for a fact that my parents loved me and they was just trying to teach me what they believed was right. I thought I knew
right.
And I was a little naive, maybe like egotistical, but I was right.
Oh.
I was right. And after a few years,
okay.
They came around and they're like, wow, this is going to work. And even though this is new, they're like, okay, we support this. We're cool with this. What's wrong with him chasing his?
Yeah, what's wrong with him chasing his dream?
His dream.
And that's important. Then this one, hold up. So this is when Agent actually speaks to him, I think for the second time.
Get back. I have a brand deal lined up. And how about we find a way to do it together? And then we feel me, we could just split it half. And that should at least set you up, good enough to where like you don't feel too afraid of like what might happen tomorrow.
When I tell you I would love to be in this position for a lot of people. I would love to be in a position for, not for people who are on their fucking dire leg, like what happened to Camden, but like for a lot of people, for people who rock with me, for people who are trying to get started. I wish I could be in a position to do really well and just be able to give back. Like, it's not just about all the millions, because after a certain amount of money, you really don't notice the difference. But like, because I can say that about companies that have no problem just spending their money on shit because they really can't fathom the amount of money that they're spending. I would like to be in a position to help those who want to come up because I already made it. I would like that. And Camden's just getting really lucky on the fact of a very top streamer rating him on a pretty much what would be considered his worst fucking night has also turned into his greatest opportunity. And there are haters. There are haters that are going after Camden right now. I'm not gonna lie.
At least have some sort of like, you feel me? So I hit you. Yeah, I'll hit you up. And then also then you could use that as like now when brands hit you up and stuff like that, you could be like, I did that.
The rest of the core members.
He was another, by the way, Platboy Max, another big streamer on Twitch as well. Another big streamer. And how long have I been telling you guys, like, if you want to get into content, by the way, I'm gonna tell you something that you don't know about this guy, Nitro Camden. He's been streaming since he was 12. Average viewers, he said 1. He's 18. He's been streaming since he was fucking 12. And like that, overnight, because of the good graces of somebody else, he's been able to blow up. The truth of the matter is that a lot of what you do, you're going to be grinding in the dark for a long time before you ever blow up. But the very important part for a lot of people is just to keep going. And I've been seeing, even as much as people get pissed at me for the things that I do in content or whatever, or how I talk to people in content, or how they get butt puckered about everything else. Said, did you cut your sound? Did I cut my sound? Everything else. No, I can hear myself. I can hear myself. I can hear myself. Can you not hear me? Literally, I can hear myself on the stream. Hold up. Okay, there was a portion I wasn't talking. Hold up. Oh, sorry, I'm not talking now. No, I'm good. Check your audio. Check your audio, mama. I don't know if you muted me. You might have just muted me. I know you don't always want to hear my voice. Check your audio. I'm good. Don't say now we have some. I just rechecked myself. I've been talking the entire time. I had to recheck to hear myself talking. I've been talking the entire time. Got me going crazy and shit. No. The fuck? What the hell? What was I saying? Yeah, you gotta be on content, and you gotta be. I'm not saying you always gotta be the best, but you need to be always doing something. You need to be always consistent, because you never know when your time is actually going to be that time. For someone like Camden, it took 12 years. For other people, it takes 12 months. For some people, it may take 3 months. Like who knows? But like, when your time comes, and this is why I said, like, what's most important is how you look at your audience, how you look at yourself first for what you want to do, how you look at your audience, and then also what you want to bring to your audience. And at some point, you just have to believe that all your hard work, all your effort will be appreciated. Hopefully, it won't ever have to be as dire as that. And some of us, even me for sure, we go through dire situations. I'm always going through a dire situation. I just don't put it on you guys. But that is just the way of the world. And also because it's easier for someone, say like Camden, to have support because he's so young and he has so much potential, versus people like myself who is in their middle ages and people don't really want to invest in someone in their middle age. So there's that as well. The youth is always invested in. The people who are getting older are not really invested into, because people expect that we should already have it all together, which is crazy. If you haven't made it for as being an actor already, then you're washed up. And I'm like, that's crazy, because there are literally new actors that are being discovered all the time that are in their middle ages. Oh, if you haven't made it as a CEO already, like by the time you're like 23, you haven't made it already. I'm like, that's crazy, because most CEOs don't become fucking CEOs until they're like in their 40s, Oh, if you haven't become a millionaire already, but like this finality of time never existed, but people try to hold it as an actual rule. If you haven't been married by the time you're fucking cooked. Like, shut your child mouth, because normally these are the things that are being said by people who have no real life experience. Almost zero life experience. who try to create these rules for other people because they're popular. Not because they have experience, but because they're popular. And this is why I say be very careful about who you're watching just because they have a camera and believe in what they have to say is gospel. Be very be very careful. Just like you can be an influencer, you can be famous, but being famous doesn't mean that you are rich. Doesn't mean you have any real cash. You just have notoriety. Just like you can be famous, but you can also be infamous. It is what it is. A lot of people don't want to look at this as being different, but it's very different. You walking in the street and get punched in your mouth, you're probably infamous. Like, consider your position in the way that you move around the world and how you want to be treated. Because if you can't figure that out, then obviously you're not suitable for a lot of things that's going to be taking place in this world. Do you want to be popular or do you want to be infamous? Do you want to be popular to the point where you're doing really good before you find your villain arc? Because I don't know anyone who's popular right now who don't eventually find their fucking villain arc. Like, because even Andrew Tate was considered to be popular and not everybody looks at him as the villain. And I'm saying everybody, because if there's anyone that's still praising this man's nutsacks, you need to get your fucking head x-rayed. Plain and simple. But it is the way that it is. You don't have to like it, but it is the way that it is. The question is, when you're doing your work, are you being authentically you, or are you doing things just to make sure that your name is still recognized? These are things that are very much important within your stardom and celebrity, being a celebrity, your idea of being a content creator, your idea of being a regular person in the workforce, your idea of being someone who's just in your friends group. These things are important. How you carry your name and how you carry your image is going to be very important. It's not only how people see you in the present, but how reliable you're actually going to be in the future. And it's just something that you should be able to think about for yourself. That's pretty much all of the content that I'm going to bring you guys for today. Let me know what you thought about today's content. We'll chop it up, but I'll leave it up with you guys for a little bit. What you guys think about today's content? Are there things that you agree, disagree with? Do you have any questions about some of the stuff that we saw today? Let me know. This is going to be our talk, our Q&A portion of the Saturday socials. See, I almost said it again. KM. I almost gave the Sunday Sundays. I almost did it again, but I stopped myself. I did a pregnant pause. I stopped myself. Is there anything that we covered today that you feel like you needed to have a little bit more of an understanding or talk about? And we could talk about that. And if not, that's all good as well, because then we can just call it a night, and I can give you guys the rest of your time. Anything at all? Call it now, or forever hold your peace. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Because I got to work on a members only stream that's going to be coming up. And I can't talk about it unless you're members only. You know, you got to be a member to partake in that particular stream. And I mean it, like, not just like you can only talk if you are a member. I mean, like, if you are an actual member, that's the only way you're going to partake in that stream. After that stream, because I plan on putting a whole lot of details, a whole lot of stuff that I'm thinking about, a whole lot of things that I'm looking for my members to give me a lot of insight on. After that stream, we will consider opening things up to the public and even letting people become members on the actual platform itself. But until then, I'm not dropping no free memberships for people. So that will be most likely be. Let me look at my calendar real quick. Why did they do that? That was crazy. Let me just minimize the whole window. That was annoying. Hold up. Here we go. That will be next week. Yep. Sometime next week. We will be announcing a lot of things there, and I'm not going to say anything after that. Did he leave home? Oh, you know what? Let's cover that. Let's cover that, Mama. You're right. We didn't do that. Let's cover that. Because I do have an answer to that. Actually, yes, I did cover that. When he was in the Spider-Man outfit, he left home. He was in his friend's house. Let me see if I can find where he left. I'm gonna look up my content right now. So when he was filming in the Spider-Man outfit, he had already left. He was in his friend's house the very next day because he didn't have a phone or anything. So Senna gave him money and he was able to buy a new phone, open up a new bank account. But let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find. Well, where? What the fuck is that? No. I don't want to touch that. That's more Gooner stuff. Which is crazy because I got to learn about what the fuck is going on there. Why is it? I had a whole. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So let me look. Your lag. You say, am I lagging back? I don't know if you're lagging bad or not. I don't know. Let me scroll through. So this is. Let me do this real quick so you guys can see what I'm doing. So here he is. This is when he gets over 15K viewers. This is him celebrating getting over 15K viewers on Twitch. That was the night that we saw. Oh, nope. I can't show you that. Nope. Let me make sure. Oh, by the way, the man went to sleep. The man went to sleep and he woke up with like 300K fucking followers. He went up with 300K followers. He went through that whole night. The next day he's in his friend's basement basically, and after the whole night he's been up since. He was doing a whole bunch of stuff. He went to sleep. He woke up and he had 300K fucking viewers. Everybody showed support in the streaming community. Everyone showed support. And on top of that, let me show you this as well. Hold up. I think I have a picture of it. Just so you know, because I said it to you earlier. I said it to you earlier in the chat, Mama. But this is the last number we saw. Look at that. That's what he earned. This is what was given to him. And he made Twitch partner and he made Kick partner. So now he's getting revenue. He's being given access to brand sponsorships. The doors have been opened up to him. He's getting a brand partnership that he's going to be working with agent with. Like he hit the fucking lottery. Like he hit the lottery. He's going to be access to brands or Twitch. Oh, he's going to be, by the way, how many of you guys know this name? He's just got access to gamer subs. How many of y'all know about that? He got access to gamer subs. He's got access to clothing lines. He's got access to a whole bunch of stuff. Access to the top streamers that have already been doing shit for years. He won the lottery at 18 years old. That is a great transition into life, into being an adult. And all he had to do was have his mom crash out. So all he had to do was have his mom crash out. His mom just say that he has no value. He brings no value. And now this man pretty much is following the same beginnings as I Show Speed. Because I Show Speed, when he got his fucking like 600K, when he made like 600K, he was celebrating. His mom was trashing his shit out. Now the difference between I Show Speed and Nitro Camden is that I Show Speed decided that even after his mom had just basically shitted on his whole career, and he's pretty much the biggest, not even pretty much, he is the biggest streamer on the planet. Not in the country, not on a particular platform, on the globe. And he still takes care of his mom. If it was me and you had been shitting on my dreams pretty much my entire time, and even when I call you and say happy Mother's Day, and you just give me the, I would cut you off. But he said, you only get one mom. But you know who was supportive of him this entire time? His dad. While his mom shat on him because he lived with his mom. Before he ever lived with his dad, he lived with his mother. And she was the one that shitted on his whole streaming career. But his dad was always supportive. And now that I think about it, what does that say about how we look at the way that parents individually look at shit? This is not a dad versus mom thing, but like for the parents that really do believe that if their kids really follow the things that they're really good at, or the things they really want to do, that they believe in them, versus those parents who are just, they want to follow with the things that are just really practical. What's that say about us as people, how we look at parentage? Is it more important that we believe in our kids and encourage our kids to follow the things that they want to do? Or is it important for us to make sure that our kids have the base skills to become a wage slave? Because in this day and age, kids are not saying, why can't they be both? You gotta pick a fucking side. Pick a side. Because we're talking about gambling with your life. Because you trying to do this content shit doesn't guarantee that you will make it. But also you putting up all the skills and getting all the degrees and the certificates to go to a fucking job also guarantees you nothing. Would you rather chase your dreams and fail, or follow safety, not job security? There's no such thing. Would you rather follow the safety of a paycheck and you don't even know if you're going to hold on to it? Question for you guys in the chat. Come on. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Not what are your thoughts? Like, what are your thoughts? I don't care about your thoughts. Would you rather follow your dreams, or would you rather follow the safety and comfortability of what your parents have pushed you towards, and you can be absolutely fucking miserable and still lose your job? See, here's something. Let me just tell you something that's very important. There was I can't remember who the speaker was, but it's hitting me in my mind right now. And this is years ago when I heard this. Funny, the shit that's just lodged in your fucking head. I don't know who the speaker is, but he said, I'm going to paraphrase, I don't remember everything. He says, my father could have been a stand-up comedian. He could have been a great comedian. But he didn't believe in himself because other people pushed him and said that what he wanted to do was not sustainable enough. It was a pipe dream. And therefore, he picked up a mediocre job being an accountant. And when he was of old age, that same job laid him off. And then we had the struggle as a family to make ends meet. He said, as a child, I learned two things from my father. The first one, you can fail at what you want. And the second thing, you can also fail at what you don't want. It is better for you to chase your dreams. And if you don't make it, have no regrets. And you can turn around and do the thing that you don't want. Then spend your life doing the thing that you don't want. And always in regret of never trying to actually obtain that thing that you really wanted. How do you guys feel about that? Just because you have a dream doesn't mean your dream will come true. And we're also talking about something that's very important. The idea of living with regrets. I want you to really think about what the questions that I just asked you. Really think about it. Because it's something that only you can answer. You're not here to impress anybody. You're not here to shape anyone else's ideals or responsibilities and how they see themselves. You really think about that for yourself. Have you been living a life of just following things to just go along to get along, to be coasting and to be comfortable? Or are you really trying to leave this world on empty? Because you're going to be at the end of the day, just like the beginning of the day, you are going to be given this on your tombstone. A begin date, the day that you were born, and an end date, the day that you die. But that dash in the middle is going to speak for so much. What you did, what you didn't do, how you loved, how you hated, how you slipped, how you fell, how you clawed, how you relaxed. That dash in the middle is going to say so much about your life. Your failures and your wins. That dash in the middle is more important than your begin date and your end date. You have so much potential. And by the way, when you're there in that graveyard, when your headstone is up, you're gonna also notice something else. Well, rather you won't, but hopefully people like who got to know you will also notice something else in that graveyard. That there's a whole lot of unknown potential that's also there in that graveyard because they did not make sure that they did everything that they could, that they did not put their gas tank, all their ideals, all their efforts on empty, on E. A lot of people die with half a tank. A lot of people die with their fucking gas tank full. When you die, make sure that when you are on your way to your deathbed, that you go on E. That's all I have to say to you as one person to another. Try to go with no regrets. If you manage to make it to old age and some young person comes to you and just says, what can I learn from you? I hope that you have a shit ton of things that you can say to them and you can say, I'm comfortable where I'm at and I'm okay dying tomorrow. because I have no regrets. I probably did. Mama even might say, I have my husband. I love him. Great man. The man I would love. I'm so happy I spent the rest of my life with. But I kind of wished I fucked a few more guys. Like she could say that. I'm not saying she did. But she could say that. I don't want having no regrets. I don't want any of you having any fucking regrets. Make sure that when you go, you did as much as you could. That is the most important thing that I have to say to you. And I've been saying that for years too, you guys. If there's anything else in the world, just make sure that when you go, you have as much fuel out of your tank as possible. Because no one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to live that life for you. No one's going to do that shit for you. And that's all I really have to say on the matter, to be honest with you. We've seen it here in this content. We've seen here the thing that we've been reviewing. We see it in the way how people are living their lives. We see it. You can go look at fucking X Twitter. You can go look at fucking World Star Hip Hop or whatever the fuck else that you think that you're looking for. You can see all of that. But at the end of the day, it's all gonna fall on you, my guys. All on you. Or as Tupac says, all eyes on me. What are you gonna be doing? What's the goal in the future? And it doesn't matter. Well, I'm too old to get shit done. So long as there's breath in your body, you're not too old to get anything done. And some of you guys are saying I'm too old, and you're literally in your fucking 30s. Shut the fuck up. I'm older than you are, and I'm not talking like that. So, just something to consider. What you say? You said exactly. At least you can say that you did it. I agree. Just looking to change the season of your life. Yet, I agree. At my age, just want to know the difference to someone's life. This is important. And you're right. I ain't shit. You're right. I ain't shit. However, I said what I said. I said what I said. You're right. I'm not shit, but I said what I said. Oh, I just fucked this up. Hold up. I just did something I wasn't supposed to do. Let's do this. Screwing up my own stuff. Hold up. There we go. That's better. This is better. All right. So we're almost up to that 4-hour mark. I'm not gonna really push it past anything from here. I'm gonna give you guys whatever time that you got left and let you rock with that. I already found someone I'm going to redirect to, so we're gonna do that now. And with that being said, I will see you next week. I will have a members only stream, strictly members only, not just members talking. I will have a members only stream as well as streams that we're going to have throughout the week as well. So if you're a member, be apprised that for the notification on it. It will most likely be on Tuesday, and then we'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff on that particular day as to how we're going to be moving things going forward. I'll get you guys thoughts on it as well, because I have a lot of things that's going to be on my mind as to how we're moving the channel, because we're running on fourth quarter, folks. Fourth quarter. We're running on the last quarter. We're running up to the last quarter of this year. 2027 is going to be a lot of changes, not just for us, but also for the algorithm, for YouTube, and for a lot of other content spaces as well. So we need to prepare for the upcoming year. Do not expect me to do anything for tomorrow. tomorrow is my rest day. Consider me Jesus. Or God. The Sabbath is going to be my day. And I need to take time off, and I also need to do other things to prepare for our upcoming week. With that being said, I guess take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. I hope to see you next week. And of course, every time I say that, I feel like I want to say stay opinionated, but that's not true. But I'm always saying like take care of yourself, take care of your families. But I will see you on the next one. All right. Subscribe to the platform if you haven't. We have a lot to talk about on Tuesday. But subscribe to make sure that you can actually get all the notifications. And if I do anything on Monday, you'll see it from Monday. I will try to drop content over the weekend. It's Saturday, so not much of the weekend left. I'll see you guys. I'm rambling too much. Later, y'all.
Truth is what survives when the language gets stripped away. And most people ain't lost, they just been avoiding what they know to face. Resla is like that quiet thought that don't leave when the room get loud. Resla is like that feeling when the truth land and your pride sit down. Resla is like a mirror with pressure, no filter, no soft disguise. Like what people avoid when they swear they self-aware.